God, I love her face.
Thanks. Here, got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. You will maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the tests. Next on the docket is...
I would have asked myself for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyway?
Well, if you really wanted to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that it wouldn't have happened about that, but yeah.
Come on, fellas. There's gotta be more to it than that.
Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching.
Egregious stretching?
Egregious stretching. You know, as one gets older, you tend to creak more. Gotta stretch more.
Oh, true, actually. I know that. I am in my mid-30s.
I actually don't know. Is Ishmael or Gregor supposed to be older?
That's a good question. Regular health checkup.
Because like, Gregor fought in the smoke war, but he did so as like a child soldier.
Why do we have so many like pieces of media that we're indulging in lately that involve child soldiers?
I mean, it's just how it is.
Oh my god!
Wow, that sound just now. I didn't know human body could make a sound like that. Because Ishmael is probably in like her early 30s.
Look at that. I was just doing some stretches. You can't seem to do it without making these noises nowadays.
Huh? What do you mean you can't? That right there is the creaking sound of time's ravages. Sync. Oh. You know, Dante has been trying to clock to rewind our time, but it feels like my joints are starting to grate. I don't know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as surprised as I used to. The pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes its toll after all. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. That's when Honglu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners.
Isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? She's got to be the oldest of us by a lot, right?
Honglu's unprompted catapulting of such a heavy subject brought the busy, I almost said bussy, air inside the bus to a sudden stifling halt.
Oh my god. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually approach that subject, but you just bulldozed through the whole mess, huh? I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive about their age.
Okay, who do you think is older, Honglu or Ishmael?
I would say Ishmael.
I actually think Honglu is probably in his mid-30s. I think Honglu might be a little bit older.
Damn. You know what? I fuck with it. Okay. That's, tis not to concern thyself with. Be not so.
Of course, there were also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality.
Oi, Scoot. That's my designated seat you're planning your arse in. I'll whack you.
On the other hand, here's this guy about a care in the world. Almost makes me wonder if he remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly, Don Quixote. I'm sure you can... Sink? I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before.
I am quite fond of the current temperament of our company. Unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel, I have nary a wish to exact violence upon him, and...
다들 시끄럽게 조잘거리지
Right,
말고.
now that that's over with,
가자.
let's all shut up and keep the chinwag to a minimum, yeah?
저 정도면 충분히 아들처럼 보일
Seems
것
plenty
같군요.
villainously dickish to me.
그 뭐냐?
Anyways, am I the only one thinking that it's about time we got the thing?
생각하지 않아?
그거라뇨?
The thing?
그 있잖아. 그
Well,
지난번에
you know,
시도를
the
해보았지만
thing that we tried a while ago, but
어긋나
didn't get to
버려서
enjoy
제대로
due to
못 쓰지.
some
우리의
unforeseen issues.
데스매치.
Deathmatch.
나 아니고
Not that.
잠깐이었지만 물가에서
Don't you
그런 거
remember?
있었잖아.
We even played volleyball by that big body of water.
맥락상 휴가.
Contextual clues suggest that he is making a request for a vacation.
찬성이야.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, let's all go to a spa or something. Relax, get massages to loosen up our muscles some, please.
아직도 기대라는 걸 하고 놓지 못하고 있네요.
You still have expectations for our employers?
그러고 보니 메르소곤이 지난번에
I recall that young Massage has given me quite the exquisite massage, hath he not?
사람의 주요 근육.
I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structures of the human body. Damn, Marcel got to massage Rodion?
Damn.
Damn.
그 후로 몇 주간은
Oh, wait, never mind, as he said.
느껴지지 않았어.
For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation.
그로써 가장 좋은
Thus, understood it was the philosophy of Marcel's physical therapy, that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain.
아무래도 때가 된 것
It
같군요.
seems that the time is here.
베르길리우스.
Vergilius.
그래.
Yes,
조만간
I knew this day would eventually come.
있었지.
그날이 왔어.
The day is here.
갑자기 왜 이렇게
Why is everyone
부정해진
acting
거예요?
so serious all of a sudden?
로자 씨의 이야기대로 시간을 돌린 게
Rodion's
한데
observation is
각자의
correct.
피로는 계속
While
누적될
turning the
뿐이죠.
clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated.
서로의 상태에 대한 체크가 필요한 때가 올 것이라
This
생각했습니다.
necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner.
What could it possibly be that needs so much buildup?
그 이름하여
In other words,
림버스 컴퍼니.
It's time for Limbus companies.
침 삼키는 소리.
gulp, dramatic gulping noise,
전기 검진.
Regular
regular
checkup.
checkup.
Regular checkup?
사실 위에서
We did get a call from the higher ups a while ago, requesting we send the sinners in for a regular checkup.
하지만 마땅한 때를 고르기
But it was
힘들었죠.
apparently repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end.
징그러울 정도로
They've been obnoxiously hounding us for some quiet time.
그때 맞받아 치느라
They're starting to get tired of
신물이 날
explaining our absence.
검사? 뭔 검사?
Checkup? What checkup?
그렇게 경계할 필요 없다.
Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff.
어차피
Such proceedings are regular occurrences at most
한
corporations.
번씩
I've never personally experienced it myself, but it sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. Have you had a checkup?
Me?
Yeah, at your company?
No, not in my company. We're American. This doesn't apply to us.
I work for
You
a
think they'd ever-
Japanese company, so yeah, I have had a health checkup.
I work for a very American branch of a global company, so like, my health insurance, it's okay. My health insurance is okay.
Yeah, it's just weird that it's like an Asian company thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I think they probably care about the health a lot. You know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I turned around, getting ready to say, right, Ishmael? Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression, frozen onto her face. Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experience, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us about how things worked outside of Limbus Company.
전기
Regular checkups are.
아, 알았어.
Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is. Coolio.
30초만 딱 줄 테니까 빨리 끝내기로 하는
You got
거다.
30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go.
아니,
No.
전기 검진.
The regular checkup.
로자야.
Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise, Miss Rhodia.
해결사는 각
I did hear that some
협회마다
fixed officers associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups depending on their characteristics. Hello, Zora ZQ, welcome.
누구 한 명이 이길 때까지 영원히
Locked up until there's only one left standing. Locked blood of my colleagues only to key. Locked blood of my colleagues, the only key to escape. Was she making a Saw reference? What the fuck? Is this Canto 5 or no? We're doing the LCB checkup event. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced abject horror at the suggestion.
Do you even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into?
어떤 일이 일어나도 정기 검진.
I'm asking if you're prepared to go through the regular checkup,
있냐는 소리야.
no matter what happens in the process.
그 모든 걸 감내.
Are you prepared to endure through
내내 갖고
everything?
여긴 또 왜 저래?
Oh, what's wrong with this bloke now? Mate's looking all pale.
에이, 다들 거창하게 말씀하시는데.
I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal of this.
대단한 건 아니에요.
I don't think it's that bad.
저도 학교 다닐 때.
I think we used to have an annual health checkup back in school too.
어떤 검사를 받았는데?
What kind of checkup?
한 방에 모아놓고.
They put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weights, running some basic fitness tests.
그런 건 왜 측정하려고 하는 것인가?
Really? Wherefore do they seek the measures of such characteristics?
답답하군. 병사들이
You must really ask. A full knowledge and analysis of each soldier's status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand.
저 학교엔.
What soldiers? Let's talk about my school.
그러니까 그런 거왜
Right,
하려고
so
하는
that
거냐고.
don't explain shit about why you need to know that, does it?
대체 왜 남의 옷에 벼룩이 있는지를
Why'd they find it
확인한답시고
necessary to
거지
spray
같은
people with
냄새가
those
나는 약을
stinking
뿌려야 하냐는
chemicals just to
거야.
see if someone's got lice in their clothes? What?
He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess.
뻔한 걸 물어보는 걸.
You all keep asking these questions with the most obvious answers.
사실
In fact,
대체
I've been
언제쯤
wondering when
하늘을
they test
기다리고
us.
있던 참이야.
Rose confidently marched up to the front of the other sinners with an assertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment.
검진의 목적.
The true purpose of this checkup must be
당연히 우리의 진정한
to
리더를
elect the true
선출하려는
authority
거
amongst
아니겠나?
us.
Among us?
Among us. Among us. A true authority?
리더라면.
By your parlance, true authority could it be that you're questioning whom amongst us is our
Among us?
leader? Do you think
Sorry,
he's saying would
Elsa.
be good or bad at Among Us?
I think he'd be amazing at it.
I think he'd be awful at it.
Southern accent for 5 minutes.
God damn it. But why am I standing right here?
부디 불필요한 오해는 하지
I
말아주시면
humbly
좋겠습니다.
request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggested executive manager.
물론
Of
우리들의
course,
지휘자는
I must preface this with a declaration that there can't be an iota of doubt toward the executive manager's Dante's authority. Okay.
늘 팽배하면서도 첨예한
But was this not always a topic of great contention among us? That which of us
가장 수감자의
is most
리더에
fit to command
적합할지.
this squad of sinners? I, Solar Sniper.
Hello, Solar Sniper. Welcome
이스마엘
in.
씨 아니었나요?
Isn't
파우스트
it
씨라고.
Ishmael or Faust?
대체로 그렇게 생각하면서
That's what
집에
I
오긴
thought
했었죠.
too.
이런 모양새인
This
이놈들이
lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise.
상관이 명령하면
You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so. Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of glorious victories of your allies. It's all missing. Where's your readiness for self-sacrifice?
오티스 씨, 당신 혼자서 무슨 싸움을
No
하고
one's
계시는
arguing
거예요?
with you, Otis. Who are you even talking to? Alright, Grandma, let's get you back to bed. Back in my day, we all were throwing ourselves at the enemies for our brothers.
Oh my god.
아, 정리하자면
Uh-huh.
정기 검진은
So to
수감자분들끼리 조금만
summarize,
모아놓고
the regular
5일에
checkup
가려는
entails putting us all
행사라는
in a small room and making us fight to the last sinner standing.
Silence fell upon us at Honolulu's Sussant summer.
배틀 로얄.
Battle Royale.
I love how happy she is at that.
Apex Legends.
Oh my god.
지금까지 바라고 바라오던 일이
I've been looking forward to this. Unlike Highguard.
그래 한번 해보자는
Fuck
거지.
it. I'll give you lot one hell of a fight. My fist used to be bloody infamous in the back streets. How
We're
the
doing
fuck do
good,
this southern
Soul Sniper.
British accent?
We're doing the best chance at god awful southern accents while check out the repeat of the Limbus Company checkup event.
그래.
Limbacy
이런 검증도 없는
Company.
법이겠죠.
Fine, so that's how we're doing this.
했어요.
I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't
그래서 어디로 가는 건데?
okay. So where are we off to?
배틀. 정기 검진을
Excuse
받으려면
me. The regular checkup takes place at.
Sinners seem to be under some serious misunderstanding about what the regular checkup entitled, but Frost had obviously long given up on correcting them.
우선 본사로 이동할 필요가 있습니다.
The headquarters.
본사라면
The headquarters you speak of
림버스 컴퍼니의
must be the headquarters of Limbus Company. Yes?
네, 그렇습니다.
Yes.
말로만 듣던 본사를 드디어 가보네.
Oh, so we're finally getting to visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us.
출발은 지금 하면 딱 맞겠군요.
We should be right on time upon immediate departure.
지금?
Since it's all says,
본인은 마음의
get
준비를
my
다 하지
heart is being
않았네만.
prepared. Prithee allow us some time to prepare our travel
방에 들어가서 짐
provisions.
좀 싸고 와도 되겠는가? 본사는 어디에 있나요?
Is the HQ anyway?
먼 여행은
Hopefully it ain't too far away from here.
그것은
That
비밀입니다.
is
다만
secret.
메피스토
However,
페이스로는 갈 수
I
없는
would like to
장소가
inform you
있다는
that it exists in a
말씀드릴 수
location
있겠네요.
inaccessible via Mephistopheles.
아 이봐. 아니 지금
Oh,
출발하자
come
해놓고
on.
어디 있는지
How are we supposed to get there if you're not going to tell us
어떻게
where it
조절하는
is?
거야?
이
I don't
곳으로
fucking
갈수
know.
없는 장소라는 건.
Inaccessible via
또
Mephistopheles?
타야 한다는 소리를
You're not about to suggest we
짓거릴
board that warp train again, are you?
워프 열차는 이제 타기
Fine.
싫네.
I shan't ever board the warp trains again.
네. 이번 여정에서
Indeed.
워프 열차는
We would
이용하지
not be
않으려고
boarding a
합니다.
warp train for this journey.
Do you know about the warp trains? I forgot we told you about them.
Yeah, I know about them. I knew about them before you guys tried to get me into Limbus.
Okay. Would you ride a warp train?
I mean, there's no permanent consequences, right?
No.
Yeah, I do it.
Same. Fuck it. I don't want to
Yeah.
spend like 12 hours on a plane.
Fuck it.
What's
Listen.
10,000 years that I'm not going to remember versus getting there in like half hour?
Yeah, like it's not like the trauma's gonna last with you.
Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
you know, perceptually.
It was like a 5-minute trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
그렇다면 남은 방법은
So,
뒷문 정도이려나요?
we taking the back doors or something?
그래 차라리 그 문을 통해 가면 되겠네.
Yeah, good point. Let's take them doors instead.
I Infinita 69. Also nice. Also, ow. Why is your... You do indeed exist.
그것도
Love existing.
나쁘지 않은
A
생각.
sound suggestion.
단 문에 대한 정보가 부족한
However,
경우
little sufficient information regarding each door.
명확히 알 수
The
없다거나
destination may be an element of randomness,
혹은 유지 시간이
or due to
가능한
variable
적이 있어
nature of its activation
일본은
period.
아예 다른 곳으로
Resultant
이동한다거나
destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates,
혹은
or an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame may behoove us to bid a company our last farewell and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure it's a sound suggestion?
그럴 거면 차라리 그 같은 열차 타는 게
I'd
낫지.
rather take that bloody train
내릴 때
instead.
까먹잖아.
At least we won't remember what happened once it's over and done with.
배틀 로얄.
Battle Royale.
그래서
So,
여러분들을 원하는 장소로 보내기 위한
further
연구를
research was
진행했습니다.
necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations.
Further research?
뒷문이라도 개조했다는
Implying that
건가?
you made modifications to the back door.
비슷하네요.
A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference.
How did you even make that in time for research? Weren't you doing everything with us the whole time?
LCA and Faust established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door.
새로운 날개?
A new wing? Are they looking to take over Elcor's vacancy or something? Quite sharp, Gregor. But the direction of your intuition could be improved. It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp.
W사.
W Corp.
Regarding the question of the train skip, you'd rather go through hell diving rather than the organ ripping out for over so many years? I mean, Helldivers has a pretty high chance of dying. You won't die if you go on the W train.
그런가요? 그렇겠네요.
That's so. Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Core's decline has been spreading more and more as of late. I'm surprised that some companies would consider this. I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Newspapers also feature op-eds regarding a possible management crisis at W Core, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well.
날개가 되기 위해 물밑 작업 중인 회사라는 말이군.
See, so they've been furtively planning and preparing to take over W Core's position as a wing.
하지만
But to supplant a wing even before it falls on its own? And that's certainly peculiar. You must have something, a scheme perhaps, in the works. Dallo of such ambitious parties is the headquarters looking to start a war of the wings?
I, at this moment, am not privy to such details.
Miss Otis, we needn't make such predictions in rashness. Recall that W Core have been mired in troubles both internal and external. I haven't fallen to such desperations as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such violent pandemonium. Or indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those who fail to overcome it.
Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another. A portal, if you will.
그럼 부작용 같은 것도 없는 건가?
Oh, so you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then? Not quite. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking, or in other cases, the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subject as they were traversing between doors.
Okay. Now you have a choice. Do you want to go through the random door, or would you rather take the warp train? 99% of the time, it will work. But sometimes it might close on you.
Warp train. I've been team warp train the whole time. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts, however, minimizing pentasection incidents. Most recent incidents have been limited to bisections.
You know, that's an improvement from 5 to 2. That is like, that's error reduction of over 100%. I will say that's a massive improvement. At least it's only in 2 pieces now.
Oh my god.
Bisection is certainly an improvement over pentasection. They both sound equally awful to me.
I would not behold my own left and right shoes so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart about our coming to the headquarters.
Well. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tells me that your bus life might have been too uneventful lately. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window.
저거야? 뭔
Is
창문도 안
that the
보이고.
vehicle? It's got no windows though.
시끄럽군.
Ah, tiresome.
전원.
Now off the bus.
Off
Look
the
at us.
Limbus?
Yeah, off the Limbus. We haven't been on Mephistopheles for a hot minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mephistopheles in a while. I missed it.
All right, time to gamble. You love gambling, you'll take the door.
Let's go gambling.
I mean, what are gadget players but gamblers? Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way to an unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim of convoluted-looking machines. And on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us.
여기는
This is...
이 장치의 개발을 위해서는 피사의 협력 또한
Assistance from
필요했죠.
P Corp in the process of developing this device was indispensable.
그러면
Wait, that means...
세사라군과 결탁하였는가?
In cohorts with young Cesara, are you?
Have you seen Cesara? I don't know, I don't think you have.
I don't think I have, no.
The Cesara Limbus Company. I think you'd like her.
Am I gonna be normal about this character?
No.
Where is Cesara?
How do you feel about executives? In tight
she's alright.
suits. She's alright? Okay.
I'm not like a fan of that hairstyle.
아이고, 본인도 기운을 잘
Hoyday!
받아서
Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of the contract's glorious completion of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome young Faust.
다음엔 조금 더 고려하도록
Your
하자.
concerns will be taken into account next time.
Faust seemed relieved.
대신 그렇게나
Were really
궁금했던
not for thou hast fulfilled us the sights of Limbus Company headquarters. Thy tit hath been tatted for.
여러분들을 지금껏 본사로 불러들인 적이
There are
없었던
numerous reasons for which you were
많은
yet to be
이유가
allowed into
있습니다만
the headquarters, but
하나하나 열거하는 건 시간
as it would be a
낭비지만
fruitless effort to
생략하도록
explicate
하죠.
them all, we will not cover that subject here.
생각해준다니 다행이구만.
Glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture.
주된 이유로만 말씀드리자면
The primary
저희
reason
부서
is, however,
특성상
that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters brought upon by frequent transnest movements and our regular scheduling of our missions.
그래도
Why'd you say all that if you were going to explain it anyway?
잠깐. 그건
Wait.
그렇다 치고.
More importantly, what's that about collaborating with P-Corp?
필요했단
또 길어지게
Boy, here we go again.
피사의 특이점은 한마디로 요약하자면
Picard's singularity can be summarized by the following four words. Expansive space warping technology.
그러고 보니
Oh, right. Didn't you say that Mrs. Zara told you something about how the principle of P-Corp's singularity is a lot like how La Manchalan works? Right. La Manchalan was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside.
안 그래도 궁금한
Oh
게
yeah,
있어서요.
I've been meaning to ask.
공간 확장 기술이라는
Don't other
건
wings already make
다른
liberal use
날개에서도
of different kinds of
균등하게
space expanding
사용하는
singularities?
특이점이 아니에요? 뭐랄까,
It's...
피사는
how should I put this?
실제라고 하기에는
Is it much too mundane of a city tech for P-Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing?
그건 상당히 수준 높은
That was
질문이네요.
quite the intelligent question.
좋겠네. 칭찬도 듣고.
Compliments. Oh, nice.
이스마일 씨의 말대로 공간 확장 기술은
Ishmael is correct in suggesting that technology to expand given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well.
이 메피스토펠레스도 공간
An
확장
example
기술을
of one such
활용하는
invention making
화스지만
use of the space
피사의
expansion
특이점은 아닌
technology,
것처럼요.
but isn't a P-Core singularity, would be Mephistopheles.
피사만이 가지고 있는 공간 확장 기술의 최종
The
목표는
ultimate purpose of P-Core's space expansion technology
세상에서 가장
is to
안전한 곳을
create the
만드는 것.
safest place in the world,
외부에서 가해지는 어떠한 충격으로도
a perfectly protected construct, its interior sheltered from the world outside no matter how severely its exterior is battered, to have a sound structural integrity no matter what, its interior is safe from any and all harm.
따라서 자본이 많이 투입된 피사 기술일수록
Therefore, the more
극한의
expensive
외부 압력이나
P-Core
충격들이
product is,
가해져도
the safer its interior is from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock.
마치 다른 차원의 공간처럼
Perhaps
외부와
the
일체
way in
단절을
which the
시켜주는
interior
것과
is completely
유사한
insulated from the
효과입니다.
outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension.
그래서 차량의 외부는 피사의
In
특이점을
conclusion,
활용하여 본사로
The
이동하는
exterior of
동안
this vehicle
그
utilized
어떤
P-core
충격에도 보호를
singularity,
할 수 있게
which
되었습니다.
means that it can protect its interior from all
동시에
forms of impact.
13명 이상을
Not to mention that it
수용할 수 있는
has enough room to
공간을
hold more than 13 people
가능하게
inside.
되었죠.
다른 차원의 공간으로
Don't dimensional
이동시켜주는
trucks or
수단이라면
containers also transport things to other
차원
dimensions?
가방이라는 것도 있잖아.
Ugh.
싱글, 왜
Sync?
갑자기
Why are you
주문서를
freaking
내?
out?
학교 다닐 때
There was this
친구들
creepy
사이에서
story that
들었던
used to circulate amongst the
괴담 같은 게
kids back when I was in
있었는데요.
school.
재배치 협회
Here's how it
직원이
goes.
집에 택배를
So, a
운송해줬는데
Deviate Association
아주
employee makes a
잠깐
delivery to a
한눈판
house,
사이에
and then looks away for a second.
호기심이 많은 어떤
And a
아이가
curious
그
kid
딜리버리
crawls
캐리어
into
안에
the courier trunk
들어갔다가
and... Let's just stop the story here. Look, the story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where...
에이, 아이, 괴담은
Hey, come on.
괴담뿐이겠지.
Sometimes a story is just a story.
꼭
Not necessarily.
유감스럽지만 싱클레어 씨의
Unfortunately,
일절간의 악몽 속
the
내용
story that inspired Sinclair's
전부
week-long
사실일
nightmares
것입니다.
was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story.
그 사건 이후 실수로 사람이 차원 가방 안에
Several
넣어진 채 배송되는
regulations were
일은
added to
없도록
HANA and Deviate
하나의
Association's
학교와
rules to prevent
제작자
cases of people being stored in
각종
dimensional
규약이
containers.
어찌 보면
From a certain perspective, it may be said that warp technology employed by W Core shares a degree of similitude.
다른 차원으로 보내되 포장을 보다 안전하게 하여
The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension. The difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner.
맥락은 상통한다고 볼 수 있죠.
Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate on the same scale.
아무튼 이 이동 장치만 있으면
Anywho,
언제든지
the
분석할
point
수
is
있다는
that
거지?
we'll always have access to headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right?
상부와의 소통 및 보급이 용이해지겠군. 다만
This will certainly make the logistics of communication supply much more convenient. One question, however, how does the company plan to move this instrument? As I expect that would be much trouble on its own. Has the details been hashed out yet?
아니요.
No.
대신 P사의 기술과 신생
In
W사의
order to
기술을
establish a more
활용하는데
tangible level of
효율적인
communication with
이동
Limbus Company headquarters,
도시각 둥지에
an
점진적으로
effective means
배치할
of
예정입니다.
transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city.
멤버스 컴퍼니 본사와 물리적인
In
소통이
summary,
가능하게 말이죠.
an efficient means of transportation such as this vehicle here, developed using P-Core and the aspirant W-Core's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city.
Fast travel.
모든 둥지예요?
And every nest?
그럴 리가. 아직은 테스트
Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It's astronomically expensive to install and operate. Virgilius gave us a firm clarification.
그럼 가동하겠습니다.
Activating now.
And Faust tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle. And the giant door from earlier begins to tremble, making a loud noise.
저 문은 갑자기 왜 떨리고 있는 건가?
Wherefore is that gate over yonder shuddering so?
연결된 에너지가
Energy is now linked or routing towards that gate. When the gauge displays around the glowing door filled, and the door began to slowly open.
당장 서죠.
Entering now.
When it fully opened, Faust made her way inside, like it was just an air door. Well, let's follow her inside. There's bizarre and incomprehensible noise machines coupled with low droning.
도착했군요.
Yes. Oh, wait, that's you. Sorry.
Yes, we have arrived.
멤버스 컴퍼니의 본사에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Welcome to the Limbus
이곳은-
Company headquarters. This
This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits and walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time.
LC 부서의 층입니다.
is the floor of the LCE department.
LCE.
언젠가는
Hopefully we'll get to proudly
본사
stride
정문으로도
through the
들어갈 날이 왔으면
HQ's front
좋겠네.
gate one day. Have you seen Deviat Rodion?
I think I've seen her, yeah.
So you know the Deviat are like the USPS, UPS people,
The USPS people, yeah.
except they
Oh,
strap
yeah,
a
yeah.
bomb. They strap a bomb and say like deliver or die.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen that, yeah. God. USPS. Rodion, my beloved. I love this music.
It's so good.
Hello, nerd.
Hello, nerd. Nerd off.
언제까지
Alright.
이딴 식으로 입 다물고 있을
We're
건데?
waiting for something to happen.
누가
Oh,
소개하는
we're all
시켜줘야
suddenly
할 거
unfamiliar
아니야.
with the concept of introducing ourselves.
누구도 날 소개해줄 생각이 없는
And given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of a self-introduction.
나는 이 회사의
My name is Hohenheim, chief researcher of this company. I know that's not what he sounds like, but he just gives off like the he just gives off like the snooty, nasally voice, doesn't he? Look.
He does. Yeah, he definitely has those vibes.
But that's not what his voice actor sounds like.
나는 이 회사의 수석 연구원 호헨하임이네.
My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this
LCE
company.
부서의 수석
To be
연구원이시죠.
precise, he's the chief researcher of the LCE department.
Hi, howdy, hugs. Thank you for redeeming howdy. And damn, Infinitus, you spent more money on this game than I have. No, I probably spent about like $100, but I've been playing this game for 3 years. Whatever.
좀더 정확히는
Tres
림버스 컴퍼니 전체를 아우르기도 하지.
To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company.
더욱 정확하게 말씀드리자면
To be even more precise,
수건자 신분이 되어
the only reason he retains that role is because Yasung and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners.
누군가는 남아서 연구를 해야
Someone
한다.
must stay behind to continue the research after all.
그러니까 두 분은 친구 사이신가
So
보군요.
you two are friends.
관계에 대한 정의를 할 생각은
While
없지만
it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label on this relationship, it could be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another.
Stretch and hydrate, you too, Rika?
Oh, let me put this standing. My back is starting to hurt a little, so it's a good time for me to stand up.
Yep.
Wait. Am I allowed to ship these two?
최초로 이루어진
You can.
일치였네.
I've seen it.
I need it. I need it to happen.
I'm in agreement for the first time since we are acquainted.
듣자하니
I hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup.
이미 아시는 줄 알았습니다만
The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate
여유로운
reply.
상태가 아니었죠.
I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail.
I don't know. I don't ship them. But I could see them doing a hey fuck.
Damn. I'll ship it.
그래, 알고 있었지. 방금 같은 말만
Yes,
자동으로
I was very well aware.
지냈다는 것도
I'm also
알고 있어.
quite aware of the fact that your department has been giving us that same reply over and over again like an answering machine. Your egos are too big for each other. They cannot, I don't think they could stand each other long enough to be in a relationship.
Okay, but like, it's all a front, alright? Just imagine what happens when they get past that.
그렇다면
And this must be
이쪽이
Dante, the
림버스
executive
컴퍼니
manager at
수장자들의
Limbus
관리
Company
직책을
Sinners.
맡고 있는.
I'd like to say hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose he can hear it. He can hear what I'm saying.
관리자님께서 반갑다고
The
말씀하시네요.
manager extends their greetings.
나도 반갑네.
Charmed. It is a grueling and arduous work to be in the position of leadership,
특히나
especially when communication issues come into play.
우리 부서의 연구원들과
Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if my research and I are even speaking the same language. So I do commiserate.
그런데 조금 특이하군.
Oh, odd their clothes are.
아, 미리
Yes.
소개해주지.
Allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alyssa, two of the few researchers that are directly in my command.
환상체로부터 추출한 건가요? 하지만
Are they wearing extracted gear from abnormalities? But how?
알아봐줘서 기쁘군.
Happy to have someone who recognizes them.
부 엘사의 장비인가요?
They like gear scavenged from the former Alcor?
부분적으로는 유사한 양상.
There are partial similarities to the gears. Enough differences are present to distinguish them.
그래.
Indeed.
림버스 컴퍼니만의 방식으로
We attempted our own
추출하려는
brand of extractions successfully, I might add. You can hear him every time he pushes up his glasses.
Yeah.
림버스 컴퍼니식으로 에고 장비가
While the
만들어졌다는
news of the
소식은
production of
받았지만
Ego Gear in Limbus Company style was already received, this is the very first time they are observed in person.
그렇다는 건
So,
환상체를
you
격리하고
must have
있다는 건가?
abnormalities contained in this facility. Well, that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? But I'm sensing distortions in Picatula as well?
네. 그것들 또한
Indeed,
LC 부사에겐
as they are
연구
containment and research
대상이니까요.
subjects for LCE department as well.
Faust closely observes the ego gear that Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest.
마감이 살짝 흐트러진 것을 제외하고
Apart from a few imperfections in the finish,
완성도는
the level of
나쁘지
ego
않군요.
extraction visible here is quite acceptable.
소감 고맙군.
Input appreciated.
이걸 멀쩡하게
This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability.
하지만 결국 내가
But at the end of the day,
언제나 그렇다.
I did it. Like I always do.
당신 직원들이 뒤에서 많이 듣고
You
있는데
did it?
너무 노골적으로 내가
Are you
하라고
sure you want to
하시는
take all the
거
credit when your team is standing right behind you?
익숙해요.
We're used to it.
모르겠네.
Oh, piss off.
자기나 제잘난
I'm going mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats.
그러다가 누구 하나 진심으로
I'm just about ready to get violent on the poor bastard. Let's get on with the checkup so we can get back to the bus, yeah?
이쪽도 그렇게 하고 싶은 마음이
I feel the
급급하네.
same urgency you express.
입사 일에 처음으로
There's much we must cover, regrettably, given that this is the first time ever regular checkup performed as a group since your employment.
파우스트도 이곳에서 시간을 무의미하게
Faust
지나가게 하고
also does
싶진
not
않네요.
wish to pass more time without
시작하시죠.
substance. Let us begin.
그럼
Very
첫
well.
번째 순서는
Our first task shall be to assess your abilities in response to emergency situations.
방금 뭔가를 꾹 누른 것 같은데.
Wait, you just pressed something. Emergency situations? The walls of the laboratory suddenly started sparking, separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the sinners away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilius, and Charon.
이건 그냥 기습인 거 아닌가요?
The hell? It's just an ambush.
그야
Into this. The purpose of this task is to measure your behavior in response in case of a surprise attack. Surprise!
Surprise! Attack.
What's this discussed beforehand, Virgilius?
다급해 보이는군요.
You look anxious, Dante. I suppose you weren't lit on this either. I wasn't, for your information.
이럴 땐
Just go with our flow, Dante. So it goes will be an apt response.
저는
We'll find a room somewhere. Charon and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over.
카론, 케이크도 같이 먹고 싶어.
Wants cake too.
아, 저번에 축하 파티하고 남은 게 있을 거예요.
Hey,
이쪽으로
we've got
오시죠.
some leftover cake from our last office party. Come this way, please.
Oh yeah, Martin. I sure hope he's gonna stick around for a long time.
Yeah, I sure hope he, nothing bad happens to him in the future.
I sure hope he doesn't turn teal. An employee appeared and led Virgilius and Charon away into a nearby office room. Okay, so this is a regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done.
관리자가 유사시 격리되었을 때를 상정한 평가일세. 진지하게 임하게.
That song deserves at least one.
예측할 수 없게.
Wait, I forgot to change, you saying. Whoops. No, Lantern Yusong is the last 2-star they added in the game. Unfortunately, he's gonna have the status as being in the last 2-star added in the game.
구멍투성이가 되어
결정. 해도 좋아. 지령에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
Alright. Let's add that, and then...
예측할 수 없게.
I actually do like Hohenheim, but like, oh god, close your eyes, people.
Oh my god.
The skin system is so funny because it makes things break so much. Yeah, the really bad one is when you use Heathcliff, Earl King Heathcliff over Chicken Cliff, because then he uses like his coffin like repeatedly.
We love the coffin.
Would you accept Heathcliff's giant cock is chicken?
You should know better than to ask me a question like that. You're not going to be happy with the answer, the vivid answer I'll give you. Yes. Also, I researched it. You know, you asked earlier. I said in the next fight, I'll explain why we were talking about collars in the server.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and it's literally somebody just came in, just mentioning collars. I'm just like, oh, okay, just a random white girl. I see.
Was it spam? Because I deleted a spam bot off your Discord earlier.
No, it's not spam. It's one of my regulars.
Okay, just making sure.
I just like saying random white girl derogatory. That's a joke. We love and appreciate her. I was gonna say something. I don't know. I'm gonna step away for a minute just to run to the restroom and refill my water. So I'll be right back.
It's just a fight anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I should not be able to give orders in this situation. There's supposed to be Dante in the back.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
And I gotta get used running burn to get out. Oh shit, I forgot there's event bonuses. I should do the same. I mean, I should like show off Faust's new ego.
오제트의 눈으로 포위만 구축. 억제 성공. 진짜. 격발. 적개체 무력화. 확인 사살.
I mean, I think the thing that I'm most disappointed about is that you can't use the full base LCB skin yet, because they, for some reason, Ryoshos and Heathcliffs aren't working. Probably because like their sprites change after the Kanto.
질투 최종까지 지휘 없이 진행하면 어렵겠군. 관리자.
I think it'd be perfectly acceptable to just let us buy both. People would spend double the amount of threads needed. You went through various tests, including command ability trials using Pikachu and Vidali.
관리자다리! 본인 만점을 받았네.
I should wait for Rika to get back. Nah, you're good. Behold, relentless stab Furiosa. Yeah, no, the problem with I saw the funny gun using with Furioso and it's really, really bad. I did try like the chicken Heathcliff once, but it actually caused my game to soft lock or hard lock rather, because I think it was trying because I had a Lord of Honglu on the field as well, and let me guess, he just starts blasting. Yeah, he just starts blasting, and then I just grabbed one of these and started blasting.
I love. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it time?
Yes, it's time.
Hark, Manager Esquire. Hey ho! have attained a score most perfect.
돈 키호테
To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge. To delve further in my studies.
이상 씨.
Hey, son. Bud, they were testing Fixer Association knowledge, huh?
맞아. 해결사
Totally.
매니아는 버스에
Honestly,
한
she's
명도
got more than enough
충분하다고.
fixer fixation for the entire bus. All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes.
새로운 사람을 만났을 때 어떤 걸 먼저
What's the
주목하시나요?
first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes, how strong they look. Bloody hell, this ain't easy.
리더십을 발휘할 때의 스타일은
Your leadership style is
결정적이고
Strong,
목표 지향.
decisive, and goal-oriented.
메르소 씨가요?
You are Mersault? Oh, we are finally allowed a quick break before going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well.
다음은 수감자 전원의 기초
Next,
체력
basic
검진이다.
fitness test for all sinners.
이제야
We
본격적인
can finally get started on the real meat of this checkup.
이때까지 저희가 받은 건 다 뭐였는데요?
And what were all those tests you guys are running on us?
LC 부서에서 이때까지
they were conducted in order to collect various data that the LCE department has been missing. In other words, we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities.
그래도 검진 결과부터 여러분을
Still,
서포트하는
I'd
데
say it was very
필요한 여러
productive.
정보를 수집할 수
We now
있는
know a lot about you
유익한
guys that'll help us support the
시간이었어요.
LCB going forward.
자, 이제 빠르게 단체로
All
체크할
right,
거니까
we're gonna go over
여기
some tests that can be
모여주세요.
conducted in groups first. Please form a line here.
이렇게
Oh, what?
서 있으면
Like
되는 거예요?
this?
남은 게 많아 보이니까 빨리빨리 하죠.
Let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us.
그래도 나눠주신 이 옷 말이에요.
Wow,
착용감이
these are some comfy
굉장히
clothes they've
좋네요.
given us.
그러게.
Right?
잠옷으로
I could
입고
totally
다녀도
see
되겠어?
myself wearing these asleep for the low price of $200 USD.
And now available on Super Groupies. Wait, no, it's not. Now available on your reseller elsewhere.
잠옷?
Sleep?
나눠드렸던
They're
옷은
LCE properties, so
기속이어서
you better return them as soon as we're done here.
주셔야 돼요. 아, 본격적인 거 하기 전에 여기 팔목 좀 봐줘.
Gotcha. By the way, can you take a look at my wrist before we actually get started? I'm feeling a bit of soreness there, but Dante won't turn back the clock for just me, you know?
그런 걸로 시계를 돌리려 하는 건 좋지 않은 습관인 듯하오.
Turning off the clock for such trivialities
봐줄 수
may
있을까?
cause the formation of unfavorable habit. Perhaps Marcel can remedy your pain.
원한다면
I'm always prepared to administer necessary aid should you request it. Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine now. Don't you worry.
똑바로 서주세요.
Please stand
까치바라시면은 다
still.
보이니까
If you think I can't see something on
내려주시고요.
your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please.
저는 똑바로 서
My
있었는데.
heels are on the ground.
Hi.
그리고 저
And,
체력 검진 전에
can you snuff out
다들
your
담배는
cigarettes before
꺼주실
the
수
test
있나요?
begins?
아
Oh, well, this one isn't lit.
홈으로
Yeah, just there so I can look cool.
아,
Uh-huh.
저
And
다른
what
거는-
about...
용기는
Bold, but scram.
일단
Uh,
단체
okay.
기초 검사는
So
끝났습니다.
the basic group tests are complete.
검진을 실행하기 전에
I seem to have forgotten something quite important. I had to establish prior to beginning the test in earnest.
조수
I need an assistant. Assistant?
테스트를 원활하게
Indeed.
이끌고 도와줄
I need an
조수가
assistant to help
필요하다.
me smooth out the testing procedures.
그거라면 사기 기회도 있지
You
않나?
got two of them already right behind you. If you need directions.
저희는 호에나임 씨의 조수가 아닙니다.
Oh, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers.
그래.
Yes, of course. There is much that distinguishes these two occupations.
검진을 도와줄 조수를
I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. Or just suddenly raise your hand.
자원을 받을 생각은
I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but then I raise your hand. I'll give you the floor.
나는 시키지 말아줘.
Don't ask me to do it. It's not my vibe, you know. I'll take a researcher job. Oh, I'm a big fan of her style.
이 옷은
Rodeo trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes of one of the researchers.
왜 이러세요?
What are you doing?
I didn't really have you in mind anyway.
하지.
But duly noted nonetheless.
저도 사양하겠습니다.
I would also like to refuse your nomination.
통상적으로 저자의 조수라는 것은
The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said
부족한 실력을
assistant is,
갖췄다는 걸
when
의미하는
it comes
것이
to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting.
역시나 뽑아줄 사람을
Again, I didn't have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciatied.
어차피 끼리끼리 붙어서
I wonder
틀린
who
걸
came up with this
지적하지
brilliant
않으면
idea of putting two
몸에
smartasses
백신이
together
돌아가는 병에 걸린 것 마냥
to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes.
If I were to talk about myself, I want to say that I was a class vice president in school, a diligent model student who was assiduously facilitated tasks with the class president, and
다들 왜 긴장을 하고 있어?
What's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here?
조수 하고 싶은 거야?
Do you fellas actually want to be his assistant?
나서는 거 귀찮은
Getting in the
일이라니까.
front and center of things is just bothersome, you know?
하지만 왠지 뽑혀야 할 것 같은
I
느낌이었단
kind of felt
말이야.
like I had to apply for the position for some reason.
자, 결정했네.
The decision's already been made. You know, the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion.
거기 주황머리 수감자.
You there, orange hair sinner. Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line.
안심하세요, 호연님 씨.
Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware, if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You have nothing to worry as long as I'm by your side.
혹시
Also, I can add to this experience to my resume if I ever get a chance to submit a transfer request to the work here at the headquarters.
아직도 건재한
Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope.
포기한 줄로.
주황머리 수감자 뒤에
I
있는 수감자를
called on you to ask you to move
자네가 너무
because you were standing in front of the sinner that I chose. The fucking face!
Oh my god, her face! This poor thing.
Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absentmindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose.
Oh no.
뭐야?
Huh? What?
너? 나?
Me? Huh? Me?
It seems that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was.
왜,
Oh, wait.
왜 저를 두고
Why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like...
대부분의 연구자는 종종
It's a common misconception amongst many researchers
고등한 교육
to
과정을
assume that the
수료하고
higher their
능력을
level of
위해서
education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant.
너무
But
상식적인 말
that's just
아닌가요?
common sense, isn't it?
적어도
At least when it comes to research.
하지만 대부분의
However,
위대한
were you
발견은
aware that
직관과
most great
직관으로
discoveries are made from a
이루어진다는
potent mix of spontaneity and intuition?
그야말로
A perfect descriptor for our friend here, I would say.
어떤가 히스클프가
What say you, Heathcliff?
저돌적인
I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualifications to command to lead them in my stead.
Is that right?
He replied, scratching his head.
솔직히 말해 이상 씨.
To be honest, he's saying,
기대하고 있었지?
you were kind of looking for the game picked, weren't you?
시대의 주름
It's but a fate that brings
필연일테야.
It's fate that things were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time.
언젠가는
When one does indeed fall favor,
영광으로 비켜나는
the intelligentsia of the bygone days must rightfully excuse themselves in the realm of memories and past. He's saying replied with a particularly downcast look.
나의 조수가 된 것을
I'm glad to have you on board as my new assistant.
뭐 내가 뭐부터
Alrighty ho. So, what have I got to do now?
어려울 것 없어.
Nothing too complicated. All you need to liberally express your free spirit as you are now.
그 타이밍이군요.
Now I see what he's doing.
호에나이님은 누구를 휘어잡아야
Hohenheim sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly.
Martin whispered quietly at me and in a voice only I could hear.
I love
You
Martin.
see, you find the biggest, dumbest guy and make him your friend. That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah. This is I reckon that's how you survive as a nerd, maybe.
Yeah.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을
Surround yourself with bigger muscle.
벌써 모 애를 전부 채웠고.
Wait.
방지할 사.
He gets the jacket. He gets a nice $200 jacket.
Oh, let's go.
The Eclipse seemed eager to, as Hohenheim suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities.
야, 다들 줄 똑바로 서.
Right, you there. Get in line. Single file, lads. Let's make this easy for all of us.
그런데 히스클리프 씨도
But
저희랑 같이
aren't you
검사를
also
받는 거
participating in the
아닌가요?
test with the rest of us, Heathcliff?
그건 맞지만
Yeah, but
저는 조수하고
I'm the assistant.
언제부터 안경을 쓰고 계셨던 거예요?
Since when do you wear glasses?
연구자의 기본 소양 중 하나라.
Glasses are a basic apparatus for all researchers.
특히 이렇게
Look,
안경을
slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to put on the air of a studious, learned individual. Like so. Hold on. There we go. We're all wearing glasses.
Hold on. There we go.
Huh? Why isn't it redeem working? There we go. Wait, why'd you take yours off?
Oh, wait, does it not show up for yours?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Now I see it. Now the glasses push up.
Alright. There we go.
Perfect.
오늘 점심은 무엇을 먹는 게 좋을까 하며 안경테를
One sec.
만지면
There we go.
조금 더 고차원적인
Just like how slightly pushing up the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I'm contemplating on the more profound aspects of life.
야, 서로 피곤한 일 만들고 싶지
Let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. Sniff out that cig in your mouth.
아지가 꽥꽥대는 소리가.
Been a while since I heard a pig squeal.
아이, 좀 끄라면 꺼.
Blimey! Can't you just do as I say for once?
Huh. It's actually pretty effective.
이제야 간신히 테스트를 실시할 수 있다.
It seems that we are now ready to conduct tests finally.
이번 테스트의 핵심은
The primary purpose of this test
입사 전의 신체 능력과
is to see on
지금이
a physical
얼마나
level
차이점을 띠는
how your
가입니다.
current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring.
I see. So they're trying to see how much they've progressed since before they joined the company? I had a feeling that this would happen, but the mere mention of the word progression caused a rather loud ruckus amongst the sinners.
저는 말입니다, 관리자님.
If I were to speak for myself, Executive Manager, I can confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being.
그리하여 지금은 기존보다 더 매섭고 날카롭게.
Thus, as the fruits of all of these efforts, I have grown to be much more precise and scathing in my critique of others' mistakes. Is that progress, though?
나는 조금 더 생각의
Perhaps
자비를 양보하는
I have
것을
learned to let
배우게
certain
되었어.
thoughts rest in favor of others.
이를테면 예전엔
I once allowed myself to be tramped over long ruminations and worries of all manners,
만들 뿐이었지만
idly abiding as I were consumed by my very thoughts.
이젠
Now I have come to accept certain things as they are. Oh,
그리하여 가끔은
I've come to
조금 더 편할 때로
sometimes
생각하게 되어버렸지.
allow my mind to form bereft of vigorous reason,
흘러가는 대로
floating away gently,
좋지 않아.
as though on a rolling stream. And not quite pleasant. Okay, I guess that's enough progression for now, of sorts. Thank you for stopping by, Infinitus, and thank you for the follow. Good night.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Bro got out of his depression, and now he is making it everyone else's problem.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger too. Aww. Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Is that from drawing his blade too many times?
뭐
As the
Yeah.
apprentice, yeah, you know, drawing his blade as an apprentice.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, you don't really have to prove it to us.
저희가 상대하고 있는
Because the
적들이
enemies we're
점점
fighting have been
강해지고
getting
있는
stronger too.
그로는 사실입니다.
That's an undeniable truth.
저희의 1년은
We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know.
잔혹하지만 동시에
Brutal year, yet so potent with significance. True. I guess growth really does come with time, huh?
그러게요. 조금 더
Right?
서로에게 끈끈해진 것도
I feel like the bonds between us got deeper. We've all grown closer, you know, like glue.
끈끈이라.
Like glue, huh? I like it.
따스한 이야기와 함께
A certain
뭔가
misunderstanding
오래
seems to be brewing in
뛰어들고
tandem with this uplifting exchanges of hearts to hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud.
결론부터
Let me
말하자면
give it to you straight.
자네들은 입사와
All of
동시에
your abilities
모든
were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will.
하양 평준화?
Equally defanged.
쉽게 풀어서
In
이야기하자면
other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the... yes.
11번 수감자와
To
비슷해졌었다는
the
거지.
same general level of our 11th sinner here.
그 비유의 주체가 왜 하필 저인가요?
Why am I your point of reference?
자네가 방금 말한 끈끈이
This is what you meant earlier by growing closer
나쁘지
like
않은
glue.
단어 선택이었던 것 같아.
Then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words.
야, 뱉은 말 취소해.
Oi, take that back.
취소.
I take it back.
라고 하기엔
Not? So you're really not that much stronger than I am, huh?
좋아.
Wow, Sink, is that the sound of yourself of self-preservation shattering into the ether?
That's it. You bloody.
잠깐.
Excuse
좀
me.
물어봐야겠어요.
I need to know why that happened.
하향 평준화가 된
Did we
이유는
all get depowered because of the golden bow?
황금바지 때문인가요?
Wait, does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante?
맞아. 황금가지가 가진
Indeed,
힘
one of the powers of the golden bow is connection.
평등하게
You're now all fairly, evenly, and equally
그리고
mediocre.
고만고만하게.
Owenheim's comment in the subsequent stare seems a bit targeted.
로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 활용했던
Think of it
그
as
로봇
something akin to quite off deterrents employed by the Lobotomy Corporation.
밝혀지게 되어 다행이군.
So the truth is finally revealed.
이 오티스.
That is why I,
입사와 동시에
Otis,
이따위로
grew so
나약해진 것이
pathetically weak the moment I joined this company.
알고 있었다는 것인가?
Are you implying that thou hast always known?
그래.
Of course. Had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. Okay, Grandma.
전투 불능으로
Okay, Grandma. Wait, you wipe floors with doormats?
나 참.
Man, we're all so prone to saying whatever.
아무 말이나
We're all so
뱉어서
prone to
곤란하지.
saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone.
그럴 때마다 사람이 여러
So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they. Sorry, that's just. I know the context of this statement because of his road charm, but like, this is such a like edgy line to say out of context.
I know, you could say that in Shadow Force and it'd be so much funnier. So this is why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. I didn't really have to do anything with Maria after all.
So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. It didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all.
Gregor,
지금 떠들어봤자 다 무슨
어이.
소용이야?
What's the use of all this chatter?
저 녀석이랑
What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of the lad.
but I got calluses on my palms. Yet, not all the golden bow's effects must have been a detriment to us. Yiseng started, carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox.
호수에서 창백한 고래를 물리칠 수 있었던
Was it not the advantages granted us by the golden bowl that impaled the golden whale of the Great Lake by which we triumph?
뭐야? 그런
What?
거였어?
Really?
맞습니다.
Correct.
그
Oh, sorry.
창백한 고래가 본래의 힘을 가지고 있었다면
Correct.
저희는
Had the pallid whale been in its full
사투를
strength,
벌이고 있었을지도
it is highly
모르는
likely
일이죠.
that we may still have been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive.
또한 완전히
Also,
평등하고
It can
동일한
be said
하향이라고도
the diminishing
볼 수는
effect has
없습니다.
not applied in equal measure across all affected subjects.
하긴 싱크리랑 똑같은
That makes sense, I guess.
꿀밤 한 방에
I never could have knocked Heathcliff out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a real handy trick, you know.
말을 계속 이어가자면 몇몇
Additionally,
특성들은 황금가지의
certain
힘으로
individual
억눌려지지
quirks
않기도
cannot be
합니다.
suppressed by the golden bow.
즉, 각자의 개성이라고 여겨지는 특성에서
Certain
말이죠.
quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies.
아, 그래서 T사 공장에서 범블 씨에게 류슈님이
So that
보여주신
explains
검실력이
Ryosha's
그렇게
impressive
굉장했던
blade work with Mr. Bumble back at the T-Core factory.
긴
I
말은
won't
하지
waste my
않겠어.
breath boasting. You never do anyway.
그래도 입사한 이후에 자네들이 강해졌다면
Your strengths have indeed progressed since onboarding, and the average must have risen as
그
well.
정도를 측정하는
Well, the
것이
purpose of these tests is to measure that very differences.
테스트는 어떤 걸로 진행하는
So, what exactly goes on
어떤 구역에는
into these
사람을
tests?
잠깐
I know there's a
스캔하는
district that uses a machine that can analyze most
대부분의
aspects of a subject with a quick scan. Does it could be something like that?
기계의 힘을 빌리지 않고도
There are
능력치를
dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to determine one's abilities without the assistance of machinery.
자네들에게 딱 맞는
In fact, I know a
방법이 있지.
perfect appropriate methodology for this group. Perfectly appropriate methodology.
바쁜 와중에도
We
특별히
spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each test for each center of the LCB.
많은 고생이 있었죠.
That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know.
수감자 맞춤형.
Tailored test for each center, huh?
그렇게 썩
I don't really like the sound of that if you ask me.
우리는
We
최종
will utilize the Picatula and distortion phenomenon.
뭐야? 뭐 대단한 걸 말하려나 했더니
That doesn't sound
Okay.
much like super intuitive method that you were building up to. What a letdown,
그러게요.
right?
획기적인 방법을
Honestly, for all
구하는
their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that.
조수
An assistant?
야, 다들 시끄러.
All right, that's enough chatter. Now get in there.
That's why Jorkan arm was feeling as in calm. God, imagine trying to use that as a Jorkan arm.
Oh my god. The Jorkin arm.
He's pulling his blade. Yep.
He's pulling his blade a million. No, how many times? Like 2,000?
1,000 times.
Oh, that was just 1,000.
He's drawing his blade. All right, let me set this up. It will make you Lord Hongyan. Wait, yeah, that's where I get the bonus. And then we'll pick Cockclair.
군주가 죽음께서 모이를 뿌리셔 획대에서 내려 전장으로.
This is White Claire. One of the worst IDs ever.
첫 번째
Let's
순서는
see. First one on the blocks.
Euclid had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. What an unfamiliar sight.
너, 그랑 너.
Right.
어.
You and you there, inside now.
Euclid, the assistant, pointed towards Honglu and Sinclair.
잘 들리나?
Hello, 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through?
자네들도 알다시피
As you may be well aware by now, the Picatula entities have failed to even distort.
이번에도 죄종들과 싸워야 할 것 같네요.
It seems like we'll be fighting the Pecatuna again.
아까부터
Oh,
마음이
right.
건데요.
I have a question. It's something that's been nagging me the whole time since I've arrived.
이유 없이 사람을 죽이는
Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason?
격리되어 있다는 건
They're all safely contained, which means they don't pose any danger to anyone.
쟤는 왜 갑자기 감성이 풍부해졌어?
Why is he being such a bleeding heart all of a sudden?
지금까지
Boy,
잡았을 때 개수가
we've been
기억 안
slaughtering
나는 만큼
countless
실컷
scores of these
죽였잖아.
sods, so what's the hold up now?
하지만 그때는 피치 못한 인물
Yeah,
상황이었고요.
but
그리고
we didn't have any choice back then because we're on a mission and
살기 위해 살생하는 것과
Do you believe that
살생만을
taking a
목적으로
life to
해야 하는
live is
것은
taking a
다르다고
life for the sake of
생각하시는
it?
건가요?
I do.
이해하지.
I
인간의
understand.
기억력은 본래
It seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite.
독소수를 제외하면 바로
Save for
어제
few
일을
exceptional
실수를
individuals,
반복하고 난다네.
people are prone to misplacing memories even from yesterday.
단테
So,
자네가
who
지금
are they,
이끌고
Dante?
있는 건 누구라고 생각하나?
Who do you believe they are, this group lead?
소통에 오류가 있을 테니
Given the
보고를
expected
주도록 하지.
communication difficulties between
1번
us,
가족, 2번
allow me
친구,
to make this a
3번
multiple choice
동료.
question. 1. Family. 2. Friends. 3. Colleagues. I guess they're closest to colleagues?
3번 동료라고 하시네요.
Dante says 3 colleagues.
Honglu was practically squashed against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. It was heard us talking.
틀렸네. 보기에 없는 정답
Incorrect.
문제였거든.
It's none of the above.
정답은 그 무엇에도 해당 사항이
The truth
되지 않는
is that they are sinners. Not families, not friends, not colleagues. Prisoners.
그런 건 알고 있어요.
I know.
단순히 알고 있는 것과 받아들이고 있는 것은 다른
But the
문제다.
knowledge of something in the acceptance of it must be distinguished.
먹고 살만해지고 여유가
I learned that
생기지는
people are
순간
prone to
사람은
forgetting their
자신의
place
정확한
when the
위치에
going gets
모습을
easy.
느끼더군.
When life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of time and meals to be certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful.
림버스 컴퍼니에 수감된
These
자들은
sinners,
사슬과 족쇄에
bound to
여전히
Limbus
묶여 있지.
companies,
그러니 자연히
is still
거부감도
fettered
없고
by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to things such as the right to refuse.
아니면
Or would it be easier for you to accept the fact that if I were to suggest you to consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities?
그게
I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like...
통역해주지 않아도 괜찮네. 분위기를 보니
Translations aren't necessary. I think I got the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room.
단테,
Dante,
자네가 어떠한 조건 없이
when you
이곳과
agreed to the
계약을
contract,
맺은
you
건
must have made a
아니지
deal of sorts. You gained something to your benefit, am I correct?
자네의 기억,
Your memories, your head, and your
과거,
past.
찾고 싶은 게 많을 거야.
There must be so much you would like
그래서
to
이
know.
관리자 직책을
And
감당하는
perhaps your
것이
desire to
필요하겠지.
get them back is what stops you from simply quitting.
결론적으로
What I mean to
여기 있는
say
자들 그
with this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually?
원래 저렇습니다.
Yes, this is his usual demeanor.
저기 제가 할 말은
Hello, I
아니긴
know I'm not one to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you?
우등한 사람일수록 주위에 적이 많이 생기기 마련이라네.
Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We're severely behind schedule.
전투가 진행되는 동안 다른
While the
수감자들
combatants do what they do, please pay attention to the following presentation about the peccatilla projected onto the glass panel.
대부분의 평균 지식
This
수준에
lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge. So if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average.
전혀 안 어려운데?
All this material seems quite elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about this.
아직 시작도 안 했어.
Yeah, save that for when the lecture actually starts.
알다시피 최종은 7가지 종류로
As you must already know, there are 7 categories of peccatilla.
3단계까지였어.
And as far as I'm aware, the highest stage of peccatilla you've observed was in stage 3. So far at least.
왜 아직까지는 이라는 말이 들릴 듯 말 듯.
Wherefore didst thou utter a little muttering of wait, sorry. Wherefore didst thou utter a little muttering of so far at least at the end of thine words, good sir?
나쁘지 않은 지적이었어.
Sharp. Well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say.
요컨대 관측만 아직
So,
안 되었을 뿐이지.
you're not ruling out the possibility that we might be running into Pekachula beyond stage 3, huh?
그러한 방향성의 확정.
Indeed, we prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations.
아무튼
Anyway, the first type of mini peccatilla to be covered today is peccatilla irae. Red peccatillum of wrath.
불이라는 건 한번
The nature of fire is to burn and burn until there is nothing left to be burned.
아, 로군요.
I
단어대로.
see. They're quite literally burning with rage.
그러고 보니 싱클레어 씨도
And now
비슷한
that
감정을
I
종종
think back on
표출하곤
it,
하셨죠?
Didn't you
그때
express
막
something like that
몸도 못
before,
감으실
Sinclair?
정도로 소리를
I remember you
지르면서요.
screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body.
반면에 홍루 씨는
On the other hand,
화를 내시는 걸
I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu.
아,
Yeah, that's
의미가 없다는 걸 알게 되면
because the realization of meaningless extinguishes the reason for the spark to start a fire.
Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bullies me, expressing my anger as meaningless at the end of the day. Okay. I did enjoy it a little when I accidentally stepped on Heathcliff's toes, but... What exactly is a takeaway supposed to be here?
바로 그런 거랍니다.
Yes, that is exactly how it is.
Yeah, you haven't gone through Hong Lu's thing yet, but he's like ultra nihilistic to like
Yeah.
a worrying degree.
문제가 없게끔 하는 것일세.
You know, normal things.
Trauma response, nihilism.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
Which is why it's so funny, like his like capstone idea is like him being so serious and angry.
작은 달리야 들어라.
Just
저 혈육들을 고려내라.
him actually expressing some kind of emotion.
Yep. I mean, the whole conto of him is him learning how to express himself, basically.
튀울 수도 없겠구나.
Good. I'm glad that little repressed boy is learning to
이 정도 탕후의
unrepressed.
허덕이나.
Yep. And also finding out that he really wants a chicken McNugget meal.
뭐라 넣었으니
Chicken
너는 못
nuggies.
따라나.
Chicken nuggies.
There we go.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
That's a loud laugh that I enjoy.
Yeah, you know, just Sinclair swinging his giant cock around. That's never not gonna be funny.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
Liddy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna smite you.
공격을 허용했군. 벌리자.
But it's literally cock Claire.
감각한 것은 아닌가.
Hawk Claire.
Yep.
Why did that actually just bring up a Rooster Sinclair discussion on Reddit?
See? Told you. That's his name, cock Claire.
Oh my god. Cocked Claire picks it. Definitely not questionable. Oh no, oh, that's so cute.
See? Not questionable at all.
Oh my god,
It's
wait,
just-
this is actually a really cute Limbus Company fan artist.
Send me that. I want to see Sinclair's giant cock.
발톱을 걸어.
Here you go.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Yeah, you know, cock Claire and Heath cock.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 죽었네.
Wait, what?
다음은 어디로?
Oh my god. Sancho, I know what we're doing today. Sire, please don't turn the ballroom into this Limbo alley that Knight mentioned.
발톱을 걸어.
Wait, what? I found another thing. I'm gonna post this in art channel on my server.
Yeah, that's a pretty good art. I really want you to catch up on Limbus Company, if only so you can get to like Don Quixote's chapter, because it's so funny and like heartbreaking. I still think Don Quixote's chapter is like the best in the game.
목을 떨고 싶어.
Probably. I like vampire
Yeah.
Don Quixote. Also, wait, why is there art of Don Quixote with her cleavage open and he's trying to, you know, I'm starting to get into the questionable art on Pixiv. I think it's time to close this.
날개를 펼치고. 넌 발톱을 걸어.
Or to keep clicking.
다음 실험을 진행하지.
There's a funny little dog Don Quixote. That's cute.
Don Quixote.
Dog Quixote! Yeah! Wait.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면
이번엔
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
Wait.
I'll use the funny lamp, Gregor, just to be thematic.
당신이 이
It's so
숲의
funny that we
괴수다.
turned Gregor from a roach to a moth. Next up, you three. Let's get in there.
아이,
And your voice will do, bud. We can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs.
그 다음 최종은
Now
나타난
let us discuss Picatilian Pricate Sloth.
바위라는 건 단단하지만
Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is to them.
어떠한
That direction is moving, completely surrender to inertia.
누군가 굴려주기 전까지
They are
그
trapped in their
자리에서
current
벗어나지
lots in
못하는
existence until someone else comes along to roll them away.
어디였겠나.
Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them.
매일을 규칙적이고
It's efficient to live within boundaries of rigidly established routines. I mean, Mersault quite literally does not do anything without being ordered. So that is pretty accurate.
이 사이에 있으니까 갑자기
Getting lumped in with these two is making me real self-conscious all of a sudden. Like I'm just some lazy, incompetent.
파우스트를 비교 대상으로 삼는
Do
건
not compare
적절하지
yourself to
않나요?
Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population will be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent.
다들 잘 봐둬. 내가 그래도
Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet.
Check out this awesome move.
먼저 앞으로 나가는 건
Hey,
위험.
check out this awesome move.
이미 가버렸군.
Charging alone into danger possesses. Too late.
생각보다 힘든 전투가 될 것 같네요.
This will be harder than
가서
expected.
도와드리죠.
Let us provide assistance.
I got sinking. I have almost every ID, but it's fine. I don't need that.
빠르게 개체를
Though I do
제압하는
kind of remember this particular stage gave me a lot of trouble back in the day.
해고 감도 증폭.
But you know, should be fine now. I've gotten better at the game. My IDs, I've gotten better. Oh wait, I just realized that base Faust doesn't wear a skirt. So why does her ego have a skirt?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, is that his block? I've never seen that before. Just smacks him with the hammer?
이쪽으로 와. 내가 안전하게
Wait, have you seen the new Butterfly Faust yet?
Not yet. Show me real quick, and then I will run to the rest. Ow! I just hit my knee.
Actually, go to the restroom. It takes me a while to build up enough resources anyways.
I will run to the restroom real fast. Be right back.
해체 억압 진행하겠습니다.
절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공. 굴락의 방어를 목표로. 굴락의 방어를 목표로.
Huh. I never realized that Mersault's talking about like defending the colony in his lines. I guess that explains like those memes about Mersault being autistic about the queen, going like, no queen, yes queen.
세상 확인, 절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공. 이중 격발. 저주는 필요 없지.
Sometimes you just change fits, I guess.
앞을 밝히지. 후회할 것이 잘 보이도록.
Ba-bum-bum. What do I need in order to use that? Need one more sloth. Easy enough.
해고 감응도 증폭.
I don't know why people don't like gun salt. I think he's good. I like gun salt. I'll come back.
I was hoping you were paying attention.
I'm always paying attention.
Chat, do they know?
Do I know what?
Are you always paying attention?
Probably.
해고 감응도
Oh.
증폭.
I'm trying to find a way to troll you, but I can't really find a good one.
가만히 있어.
It's fine. Oh my god, actually.
해고 감응도 증폭. 여유
I wonder what other ones I can find here.
Oh, I can't zoom in on it. Okay, I'll do that after this fight.
Oh damn.
But her people lost her mind because her ego form has her in a skirt.
Oh.
Skirt and tights, so people can see Faust's thighs.
God. You know, that's okay. I would also be very normal about Faust thighs.
Faust thighs.
I'm a very big fan of Faust thighs.
필중 의지만 있다.
So I was trying to figure out why does she wear a skirt in her ego form when she's wearing a suit in her ID.
앞을 밝히지.
Well, you know, they just wanted to show, they just wanted to change, you know? You know, it's really funny because I have the, magical girl Don Quixote, like, ego? Not ego. Yeah, ego. So, like, it's very funny to see her go from, like, the super, like, serious,
Vampire.
yeah, Manchaland, Don Quixote to a magical girl. Beep!
눈부시지 않다. 두려워하지.
Chat, I'm always paying attention, by the way. Nothing ever gets past my gaze.
Yeah, nothing ever gets past your gaze, just like nothing ever gets past my gaze.
Heyo.
해고 감응도 증폭. 이중 격발. 재장전.
Perfection. Oh no, it didn't stick. Oh, no,
No,
there
it
it goes.
suck.
Yeah.
It suck.
What else do I have? I think the funniest thing is, I think once I pin stuff to you, I don't have control. Yeah, I don't have control of it anymore.
That's silly.
So if you want to remove those, you got to do it yourself.
I'll do it after this fight.
내가 안전하게 지켜줄 테니까.
이번 지휘 안에 끝내길 기대하지.
Oh my god, wait. Oh, this covers the face. Never mind. No, wait, don't pin that. Okay.
필중 의지만 있다면.
Oh, I think I just made it to the 10 turn limit. This event, or this stage in particular, was always like really annoying in the original event.
대상 확.
아슬아슬했지만
여유탄 횟수.
조건을
Perfect.
통과했네. 패스로 평가하지.
Perfection. Oh no, it got pinned to like your eyebrow or something, so it's all lopsided when you move your eyes, damn.
경미한 손실을 제외하면 완벽에 가까운
Oh my
제압이었습니다.
god.
이제 말씀하셨던 야근의 속균.
어이, 알후가 탈출했다.
Perfectly normal.
나설 차례로
Yeah, perfectly normal.
다음에는 류슈 팀원.
잠깐만.
아 뭐야.
슈그리 부르셔.
We go charge.
Like Mega Man?
Like Mega Man.
Yeah, I charge.
Oh yeah. I bought the cross charge thing, or the Mega Man cross thing.
Cross.
차원 파동 장갑.
The gacha, not gacha.
Oh yeah.
한식의 일세.
Like dive or something.
Yeah. Next up is
X-dive?
gluttony.
식물에 뿌리는
Roots of plants dig through the dirt in search of nutrients.
중요한
What
건
distinguishes them is, however, that they are not satisfied with cessation alone.
양분을 가지면
The
가질수록
roots continue to grow, seeking increasingly greater supply of nutrients.
잠깐 기다려봐.
Hang on a minute. What's this?
Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked up at Hohenheim and shouted,
최종 하나하나를 언제 다 하고 있어?
We're really gonna do this song and dance for each and every one of these Pacatulum. Why don't we lump them together like how you've paired up us sinners?
벌써 밑바닥을 드러냈나?
running low on patience already?
묻다니.
Only simpletons will make such a basic suggestion.
모든 일에는
A standard protocol in case you weren't aware. I'm also unhappy about this process, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we are told for the sake of proper test results.
나쁘지 않은 제안이고.
You make a valid proposition.
What?
What?
I like the way you just like said it in English.
I'm melting love. Hey, I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Picatilla one by one, especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, assistance.
진짜로?
What? Really?
This is why you're the assistant, Heathcliff. This is why he picked you for your spontaneity and intuition. Aren't you the ones who suggested it?
하나씩 상대할 필요가 없어.
We don't have to fight them one by one anyway. Then why don't we just do this from the? Why didn't we do this from the start?
그거야. 개별 개체로 테스트하는 게
Because testing them one by one yields a more accurate result.
여러 개체로 묶어서 테스트할 경우
Studies suggest that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once.
I see, but I say the benefit of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why don't we proceed as planned?
아이씨, 그 정도는 좀
Bloody
넘어가.
hell, just let it go, yeah?
그래 오티스가
Yeah, Otis,
넘어가시죠.
come on.
그런 아니한 태도 때문에
This very carelessness is why. I think we can risk a 0.06% greater margin of error, right?
약간의 오차를 감수하더라도
Indeed, it is sometimes necessary to prioritize the efficiency over the pursuit of perfection. I will abide the executive manager's judgment.
Oh my god.
Mid-sentence. Mid-sentence swerve. I'm getting whiplash from how fast she's changed that around.
Oh my god.
그럼 우울도
Okay,
함께
well,
사는
then allow me to explain Picatilla Moristus as well. Gloom as well.
자네들은 깊은 물 속으로
You ever
들어본
immerse
적이
yourself in deep waters?
가라앉는 건
Quite easy to
어렵지
sink
않다.
into the depths, no?
하지만
However, the deeper one sinks, the harder does it become to rise again. The pressure suffocates you from all directions. No matter how much you thrash around, desperately looking for something to grab onto, all you find is futility,
우울이란 그런 것이지.
such as gloom.
이 회사의 몇 안 되는 장점이
I suppose this is one of the few benefits for working in this company is that the constant motion gives no time for such emotions to drag us down,
어느 정도 생겼어.
especially now that I have some level of confidence that they might actually keep their end of the contract.
나랑은 생각이 다르네.
Ooh, sounds like a disagreement's brewing.
여전히 깊은
Even
수렁
after I
속에
joined the
있는
bus team, I still feel like I'm floundering deep in some ditch, you know?
가라앉아 있는
Though
거지만
I'm only here because I want to be here. But still.
스스로 가라앉은 게 아니라
Are you
그저
sure
다시
you're in
나올
that
방법을
ditch by
모르는 건
choice?
아닌가?
Maybe you just don't know how to rise to the surface again.
사정을 잘 알지도 못하는
I don't
사람한테
appreciate
그런
hearing
말
that from
듣는
someone who
건
doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
준비됐으니까
Well, it's all ready now, in you go.
You too, assistant. You aren't exempt from these tests.
검증
어? 나도?
Huh? Me too?
좋아. 머리
Perfect
쓰느라
timing.
종이 좀 쑤셨는데
I've been getting a bit tired of all this mental exercise. Alright then, well, let's wrap this up quick.
Mental exercise and reading a few papers.
Yeah.
이번엔 좀 까다로운
Alright, Liddy.
Yep.
Here's the real question is,
Mhm.
how late are we running?
Up to you.
How late were you planning to run?
Maybe another hour? Or we can, after this, let me check how far we are into the story.
Have it up. There are 14 stages. We're on a stage.
There's a dungeon.
Oh. Well,
암호 시동 체크.
We're definitely not finishing tonight.
we're on. This is stage 8 out of 14,
Right.
and there's a dungeon apparently,
Yep.
as you said. Yeah, we definitely are not finishing tonight.
I think if we can get to past like all these Pecatolan tests, that's not a bad place to stop. Or actually, no, I know where to stop. There's a certain boss fight that we could stop at.
승객 무력화.
Mid-event boss fight.
Mid-event. Is that number 11? Where there's cutscenes in the middle of it?
I think so.
Very long cutscenes, I think.
날카롭고 정확하게.
이런 형태의 죄종도 많아.
Yeah, it's not the number of stages in the dungeon, it's that there's a lot of story in that dungeon. Like, a lot of story in that dungeon.
A lot of story. You're a lot of story.
Hooray!
Yahoo!
It's good story, but I just remember it taking like a really long time for a dungeon.
단숨에 정리.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, this is actually pretty long, huh?
You know, I've done company checkouts before, but none of them involve like beating up random people.
I think you should just get a better company that lets you beat up people.
Sure.
When I got past the class because I knew what was in there and able to just skip scenes. Cutscene skipper!
Cutscene skipper. That's a good series of cutscenes though. I like that that event.
Yeah, I like this event.
충전 기능 점검.
Like a lot of the stuff in here definitely feels like stuff the player base has asked the. We haven't gotten to that part yet, but there's a lot of stuff like where it basically goes like, what if we did X with Y center? What would happen? And they actually test that here. It's probably, it feels like like people on Twitter have been bothering the development team. Like, what if we did X with Y center?
Well, if we did X with Y center, yeah, what if we gave people bigger boobs? I think that that's the real thing that we need, honestly.
Yeah, you know.
Rip space.
People always talk about Faust boobs and Dawn boobs, but no one ever talks about the real king of boobs. Mersault.
I'm glad that we both knew the real answer there.
지킬 게 많거든.
He's next. Mersault is. Have you ever read The Stranger?
No.
It's a weird story.
You ever think that you're a weird story, though?
It involves Mersault killing an Arab man because he thought the sunlight was getting in his eyes.
Oh.
Yep. It's about as racist as you think it is.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
So I kind of wonder how they're gonna handle that.
What if they just let him be racist?
Why would they just let him be racist? What if Mersault is just constantly racist, but Dante never asks him about his opinions?
Yeah, that's just how you handle like racist coworkers.
Yeah. The Encore inside of him. Yeah, he is from Encore, that's right. Oh, racism. Also, but otherwise, the Mersault in the book is personality-wise is actually pretty similar to the one in Limbus Company, except he loves boobs.
Are you saying that this Mersault doesn't love boobs?
Maybe.
좋아. 다음 실험을 진행하자.
But it's like what a weird thing is like the only thing you know, like in terms of like the Mersault in the book is very also nihilistic, but he's just randomly just talks about his girlfriend's boobs a lot.
Oh, my girlfriend's boobs, the only thing that make me look forward to looking to tomorrow. Or the only things that make me look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, basically. I think quite literally, I think he says it at one point.
Oh my god.
녹슨 가시죠. 화투패 이태울에 채워지지 않을 궁어를 남겨주지.
Yeah, the Heathcliff one is weird. I've heard that if you're a fan of Wuthering Heights, that the Limbus adaptation of Wuthering Heights was not a very good one. Because it kind of turned into like a drama more than anything.
Is it not actually dramatic?
Oh, it's dramatic, but the drama in Limbus Company is because they won't talk. They didn't sit down and talk to each other. Whereas in the book, it's a little more dire than that.
I see. Okay, is it time? Well, I don't want too much trouble. Next up's you two. Get in there.
류슈 씨랑 같이요?
With Ryoshu. Let's do this, I guess.
교희.
ST.
네?
What?
교체를 희망한다고 하시는데요.
She wants to switch teams.
아니,
Really?
씨는 또왜
Now?
그러시는데?
What's your problem this time, Ryoshu? Your adult harpoon doesn't interest me.
Damn.
Stole so much that I can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I'd much rather watch that blood fiend fight again.
본인 말인가?
But without speakest of me, that's is quite the pickle.
교체하고 싶다는데 되는 거냐?
Oi, she wants to switch teams. Is that all right?
당연히 안 된다네.
Of course not.
그렇지? 그냥 들어가라.
You heard the man. Well, let's go.
뭐 예전에
I'll admit
비해
my
작사를
harpoon's not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then.
그래도
But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to rage sharpness when the need arises. I'm swapping out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself.
아니 그러니까 교체는 안 되는 거였다고.
Actually, tab. Alas, I thought I'd been clear on this. Switching teams ain't a thing.
오만 죄종의 차례로군.
Hecatil and Superbia. Pride. Hohenheim droned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in this world.
바퀴는 기술의
Wheel,
상징이자
symbol of
인간의
technology and the
마음을
vector of
가진
humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel, in his boundless pride, rolls on and on in search of a perfect circle. Something unconquered even by nature.
그것의 살점이 패어나가든
Yet,
장기가
it
짓밟히든
remains uncaring for the
상관치 않고
flesh.
말이죠.
Wait, it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends, nor the grass it tramples in its path.
그건 오만한
Isn't that
것보다
just confidence, not pride?
결국
Can't get
나아가지
anywhere
않으면
done by just sitting
이렇게
idly in
쓰는
place.
아무것도 없을
오만이란 결국 과한
I
자신감을
might even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence.
먼저 앞서 나가거나
It oft
실패하지 않는
claims
자들은
trailblazers are those who have never tasted defeat.
코에나임 씨처럼요.
Someone like you, Hohenheim.
그런 관점.
That certainly is a perspective.
다음은 세교길세.
Next up is luxury, lust. Moving on just like that, huh?
세교기 의미하는
The meaning of Peccatul luxuriae, lust, is not exactly what it says on the tin. A more illustrative description would just say that it is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms of the self, a desire to propagate, to breed. I know he says literally not to breed, but you can't say to propagate and breed without bringing up the way that people normally propagate.
Breeding?
Yeah, breeding.
단어 그 자체만으로
I mean,
육신에 갇힌 해석을 내보일 수도
they could put
있겠지만
Ryosha in that room.
Of course, there's more to this concept than just that. While the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited by the carnal understanding. Wow, I just got called out. I just got fucking called out. I just got fucking called out. Holy shit.
Yeah. Open your mind, Liddy.
자신의 삶을 나누고 싶다. 자신의 생각을
To share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invite others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself.
줬으면 좋겠다.
You seek to express that such things are lust as well.
제법이군.
Not bad. I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. They're never in any dead air.
웨스클리프, 솔직히 못 알아들으셨죠?
Admit it, Heathcliff. Oh, that flew over your head, didn't it?
굳이 물어볼 필요도 없는
Why even
사실이.
ask? Unnecessary.
에이, 그냥 조용히 들어가라.
Shut up and get in there.
이번엔 회피 능력을 관찰해 보도록 하지. 피치 못할 경우를 제외하고.
Try to defeat them without being hit. I don't remember that being a thing.
No. Did you ever think about having it be a thing?
잔무에
Maybe. Would you... Are crossbows a thing in Apex?
Crossbows? No.
Okay.
There is a bow, but like not a crossbow.
What's the point of the bow?
What do you mean the point?
Like, what does it do better than their weapons?
It's just another precision weapon. The sound isn't as loud as a gunshot, so like it doesn't make you appear on the minimap, I guess. You still hear it if you recognize the noise, but like there is a character who specifically synergizes with the bow in a way that he can attach grenades to it to make them explode afterwards. It's just like a preference thing. They do like
사고될 시간이다.
decent damage on like head and body shots. It's kind of like
좋아. 코이코이.
like it's like any other like mid-range like marksman weapon, just like it's like preference, you know. I think it's probably pretty competitive with like the other marksman rifles. Actually, I think it does more damage than the other like mid-range marksman rifles. It's technically not a rifle, but like it does like
It's
more
functionally a
damage
rifle.
yeah, it's functionally a marksman rifle. It does more damage, but like obviously like it wouldn't share ammo with the other guns, and like it's not going to travel as fast as a bullet.
Is there follow-up? Like, fall-off?
Yes, there is travel time on every bullet, and there's also like bullet drop, and also there is damage fall off based on range. So like when you like when you think about picking up a weapon, you like actually have to like learn a lot of stuff about it, which is why like I think a lot of different guns are just preference, just because like it's like I like this one because I know the range, I know the like bullet trajectory, I know the path, I know the speed, etc., etc.
I feel like
You know.
a bow would have like less range than almost any gun.
사고될 시간이다. 잔무에.
Kinda, yeah. I think it does. Because like it drops pretty fast. But it's also just like more damage. Well, it fires slower as well. Actually, is the thing too. Because like you have to like draw the arrow into the bow and then like pull it back.
부족함은 아니길 바라지.
I got hit.
It's interesting.
Interesting. I hope that wasn't like I missed out on some kind of trigger. It's probably just like some minor praise from Hohenheim at the end or something like that.
Okay, but like, praise from Hohenheim?
Oh, have you seen the trailer for this event? Because they actually did something really neat for it.
What they do?
They made like a 3DS ass trailer for it.
I haven't seen it though.
They made like a little chibi Hohenheim.
Aw. That sounds cute.
It makes them look like an adventure game.
I mean, that sounds about right. Like, it's, you know, checkup time. It's an adventure.
The Mist Company.
말로만 수감자를 위한 일주일은 아니군. 보고와
Let me send this to you.
훌륭하네.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니
Oh, look at this on the side.
애를 전부 채웠군.
That's 4 minutes. I will look at it afterwards.
강슬 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
Alright, I know I'm missing out on bonuses, but I'm not using the fucking branchies thing. That idea is so ass.
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은 이것으로.
그렇다면 남은 것은 이상군과 본인의 차례가 되겠군.
One sec, I had to send a message real quick. Okay. Verily, now is the time for young Yusan and I to face the test.
또한
The nature of our trial shall take form as Pecatula and Vede.
성전기는 다들 한 번씩 겪어봤고.
I assume that we all had first-hand experience with static shocks.
오잉? 그것이랑 질투가 무슨 관계가 있는가?
Oh? Does static shock have all to do with envy?
누군가의 질투도
Anyone who have been
Hawkins have to do with
그
this.
둘이 따끔거리는 속성을 공유한다는 듯.
anyone who have subject to both static shock and the envy of others must know that the latter stings more in the same manner as the former does.
뜻을 하나도 모르겠네만.
I ill comprehend thine explanations.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
아하.
I see.
풀어 설명해 보자.
Explain in plainer example, Miss Don Quixote. You've always been fond of and held great respect for the illustrious color fixers, am I correct?
그야 둘째가라면 서럽지.
Verily, I should be second to none for my passion for them to be measured.
그렇다면
Now, imagine yourself at a convention of sorts, in which the said illustrious color fixers are holding an event to disseminate their autographs. Imagine you are part of the ecstatic queue.
Indeed, I have mentally placed myself there. Proceed.
그런데 그대 앞에서 공교롭게도
Yet, in great misfortune, the event comes to a close, mere moments before you are able to receive your autograph.
어째 그런 운명의 장난이?
Oh, they play such cruel jest on my pitiful soul.
이제
Now,
그대
do
앞에서
imagine.
마지막 사인을 받아간
What sort of
그때의
emotion would you feel for the fellow fan who received a final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours ere the chance was robbed?
그야.
Wow, 'twould be quite the jealousy burning within my heart. A painfully tingling sensation in my... Oh?
자네도 참
My, you certainly enjoy explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scholars are kindred spirits after all.
우리 두 명! 그만 떠들고 빨리
Hey,
들어와!
you two. The chin wagon, get in there.
그럼 새로운 모험 속으로
Verily, then onward to a new adventure.
따라가겠소.
Then I shall follow. I'd like to point out again that at this point, Dawn has recovered her memories. So she's just pretending to be stupid.
어려운 조건을 걸어보지.
I love that.
각 수감자와 같은 형태를 한
I love that
수감자를
actually.
처리해보게.
She's being stupid for the vibes.
Maybe she's just kind of a little stupid. Or like, do you mean just being ignorant for the vibes? Or just
she's playing
being,
the
like-
fool. She's playing the fool for the vibes.
Okay, but have you ever considered she might actually just be a bimbo?
No, it's really funny because at one of the logs, you can actually hear her like talk to herself in normal tone before she wonders out loud, okay, now how do I present this in a foolish manner?
Okay, never mind. She is just doing it for the vibes.
And when she gets caught on it, she like immediately goes, oh no, how do I delete that?
I love her.
She's quite literally doing it for the vibes, and it's really funny.
Doing it for the bit.
조건을 제시하면 조건에 맞게 진행해야
지령에게 불확실한 것은
좋네. 남은 것이라도 의도와 맞게 수행해주게.
예측할 수 없게.
이게 심장이 잠깐 저릿했기에.
Wow, I think I'm gonna. This is probably the easiest one yet. I think I'm gonna just delete them.
예측할 수 없게.
Requirement.
쇠지.
Wait, what was the requirement for this stage?
Oh, you know, don't die.
Oh, is that the requirement? Did I miss out the requirement on the don't get hit thing?
Have them kill themselves. Have them kill their copies.
Oh shit. Oh well, I'll do that off stream.
미래를 과거와
아무래도 그
같이.
구속구의 영향도 최종에게 전이 되나 보군.
No.
이건 좀 흥미로운데.
Bum, bum, bum.
오, 오늘도 지령의 뜻을 완벽히 수행했다네. 그래서 말인데
Did I miss
본인이
it?
말하긴
Yep.
좀 쑥스럽네만 나리께 본인이 최선을 다하고 있다는 걸 전해줄 수 있는가?
Oh well, I'll fix that later. Okay, yeah, after this one we can call it a night.
삐삐님의 마법이 닿았을 리는 없는데
Read, Liddy, read.
녹슨 춤은 날 컬트팀의 것이죠. 화투페 입회 의뢰.
I will never read.
그러니 다들
But we're literally doing that.
내 시야에서
You can't make me.
Okay. Enjoy being illiterate.
Yay.
More like illiterate. This I can't read. Wait, I should hurt. I
군주가
should.
나선 걸맞는 곳이어야 할 거다.
Oh no, wait, I recognize this character. Yeah.
모이를 뿌리셨으니
What's the question?
I was gonna say who is this character because it's not you, but then I remember like no wait, I remember this character.
군주가 주군께서
이번엔
Give me this I can't read.
장비 장착까지.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
make me stretch.
This motherfucker can't read.
몸
Hydrate and stretch.
I refuse to stretch because it's like 1:30 a.m. and I'm too tired.
The foundation that led to this disaster was laid in none other than Yi Seng, whose only sin was making an innocent, tragically casual comment. Sometime after we ran our final test.
장족을 정리해야 하니 어서 나가시죠.
Please vacate the room, people. Cleanup coming through.
미안한데
Apologies. Miss Don Quixote has ought to.
조금만 기다려 보시게.
Prithee, avail me but a moment. The shoelaces upon Rocinante have come undone.
네? 저번에 제가 7번이나
Oh, I remember tying like 7 different knots on his shoes.
그게
Yet, 'twere quite the hideous access. Sorry to be forced upon Rosinante. I have tied them once again in the shape of a ribbon.
리본 모양도 다시 묶었네. 하긴 그건 좀 안 예쁘긴 했어.
Yeah, the knots don't look that great. Ribbons are cute.
아이고야.
Oh boy. Yet one must begin to wonder
지금의 돈키호테야.
about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote's freeing her feet from Rosinante at her present state.
되는 것이야.
그게 무슨 소린가?
Whatever art thou suggesting? Rosinante is none other than mine eternal steed, bound to me by fate itself. None shall ever dare sever the bond betwixt us.
파우스트 양에게 물어본
It was a query posed towards Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. Is it wonder those shoelaces never slipped off by accident? I mean, I guess Don Quixote just like subconsciously kept tying them on. And Faust's reply was that would set the fire upon that rather combustible foundation.
저는 알 수 없습니다.
I cannot know.
What?
확보된 데이터가 없기에 당연한 결론입니다.
Get an obvious outcome, given that no relevant data has ever been collected.
그럼 지금
Well
확인해
then, no time like the present to get collecting, huh? Good thing we got we're in this lab too. Where else are we gonna get our chance to do that?
추천해 드리지는 않습니다.
This course of action is highly inadvisable. I kind of agree with that.
Yes, sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happen on the train the moment her shoes came off. Sure did.
But that's
본인의 의지랑 달리 불가피한 연유로
but an
인하여
independent decision called by Rosinante itself due to certain extreme circumstances that have not to do with mine will.
뭐 그거나 이거나.
Oh, you know, potato.
저자의 신발이 알맹이나
I was quite aware that the court individual may as well align her pair of running shoes.
아니 사람을 껍데기 취급하지 마시게나.
Fie on thee. Fie on thee. Thou shan't treat a person such as I like some useless shell.
아이고, 잠깐만 벗는 것
Well,
정도라면
what if we slip our shoes off and on again really quickly?
This is exactly what I was talking about. Like, this must be the kind of questions that the people on Twitter were asking. This is kind of stupid shit that I would be asking.
Oh my god. That's actually, it's a good question.
테스트 수치가 필요하네.
The standards here at LCA department demand precise measurements.
그저 껍데기뿐인 테스트는
In other words, these tests would be meaningless if we were all measuring as if all we were measuring is a hollow shell.
A hollow shell?
뻔한 도발은 삼가시죠, 호에나임.
We have indulged your predictable
당신은 지난번 저희가 겪은
provocations at
사건에 대해
Hohenheim.
아직
It
명확한
seems necessary to
전달을
remind you
받지
that you
못하신
have not
상태입니다.
yet received the full report of what had transpired during that incident.
예상을 벗어난 돌발 상황이 발생할
other
수도
words,
있다는 뜻입니다.
You are risking the occurrence of an unexpected event.
내 실험실은 튼튼하게 지어놓았어.
You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construction of my laboratory boasts a rather solid build.
웬만한 환상적인
Not even
것들은
abnormalities on the
필요하지.
more powerful side of things can puncture holes in its walls.
강요는 하지
Oh,
않겠지만
very well. I will
만약
not force your
자네가
hand.
신발을 벗는 걸 원치
However, due to your
않는다면
unwillingness, I am behooved to record as such in my research journal.
해당 수감자는
Due
신발을
to the
벗는 것을 겁을 먹은 관계
unconcerned sinners, utterly terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only a half-complete test results here.
Utterly terrified? Terrified?
참고로 연구일지에 보고한 건
And for your information, these research reports.
최소 10년입니다.
I was stored for at least a decade.
그래.
Yes, we will have possession of a full record of your plain cowardice for at least 10 years.
결과값
Outcome, NA. Reason? Subject was too scared to participate.
내 곰곰이 생각해보니
After much contemplation,
우리 로신한테
I have come to conclude that dearest Rosinante deserved the moment of respite as well.
This is such a bad idea.
그리고
And
모두에게
I,
보여주겠네.
Don Quixote, shall demonstrate before you that Don Quixote is Don Quixote in her court still, without Rosinante's assistance.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Faust?
호엔하임.
Hohenheim, if your employment at Limber's company ever... Oh, sorry, that's you.
마침내 퇴출당하게 되는 날이 온다면
If your employment at Limbus Company ever comes to a unilateral termination, I suppose the cause will be rather apparent. Your highly irresponsible level of curiosity.
Not a good idea. Got it.
연구자로서 영광인 업적이지.
That would be my greatest honor as a researcher.
혹시라도 무슨 일 생기면
Hey, if anything ever goes wrong, you think I'll be ready to slip those shoes right back on your feet at the moment's notice, Kay?
준비 중이요.
I shall be on the ready.
그렇게 과도히
Behold
기대하는
me
눈으로
not with
보지
such
마시게나.
excessive anticipation of.
랑 똑같을
There shan't be any
것이니.
new revelations here.
Don Quixote begins to untie her shoes, seething.
The 7-layered knot poses. Why the difficulty? Young Ishmael, where hast thou tied these cords with such unwavering tightness?
왜냐하면 다시는 풀리지.
I was hoping they'd be the last knots those shoelaces would ever tie.
그렇군.
Of course. There we go. Rest thee well, Roshinante.
이제
For
본인은
I...
The sinner and I were all quite nervous, but none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it because we thought we knew removing Roshiante doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be losing control? Because we saw its effects on the war train in La Mancha? Or was it because we assumed that Roshiante was now just a disguise, and that Don Quixote has accepted her past as Sancho? Removing it wouldn't affect her psyche at all. Whichever was the case, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know what facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the second kindred is like. We do. Mother! Oh, Mother. Our existence is death and perpetuity. Complete us. Still our hunger. We pray unto you. Fill us with the blood of humans, of the blood of humans! The teeming, shouting voices suddenly began to echo in my head. They're the voices of all the children he had embraced. Or perhaps this was the blood fiend's instincts-given voice, imprinted upon them at the moment of their birth. Proliferate this disease, embrace this unending hunger for blood, and propagate the family. So many voices, so many yearnings, so many desires. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote. Oh, dearest mother, as your children, when shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood? I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood that the family deserve to drink. I must.
단테, 정신 차려봐요.
Dante, wake up!
저번에 빌딩에서 머리에
Ain't this a lot like the last time in the building where the fire on the head suddenly exploded?
I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirsty. This doesn't make any sense. Okay now.
뭘 봤죠?
What?
What did you see, Dante?
If we want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quench our thirst somehow. We need something to state the combined thirst and the desire of every single kindred.
일났네. 여기
That's not good.
남는 피 같은 거 없나?
You keep any blood in here?
그거라도 일단
Let's
먹어라.
at least try to quench what's...
샘플 몇 개는 구비하고 있어요.
Yeah, we have some blood samples, if you need them.
제길. 관리자님의 말씀을 뭘로 들은 거냐?
Damn it! Have you been listening to what executive manager been saying? It's combined thirst every single kindred. A few blood samples are gonna get anything.
일단 뭐로라도 막는 거죠. 아예 안 하는
So you're
것보다야.
just gonna sit here and do nothing?
그냥 신발만 다시 신기면 되는 거 아니야?
It's just a matter of getting our shoes back on?
아이고 이상 씨 신발 신발 신겨.
Yisan, shoes! Get those shoes back on our feet!
불가능하오.
I cannot.
압력 때문에
Bizarre wall of pressure surrounds her. This is one luxury cig. Good flavor.
지난번 상여금으로 산 고급
I
담배가
got those luxury cigarettes with our last bonus pay.
So this is a joke back to Don Quixote's chapter where when we fought Don Quixote first time, as Ryoshi was saying, if you're sending us against her, at least let me know so I can smoke one last cig. So now she's smoking that one last cig.
Oh my god.
굉장하군.
These readings are incredible. So much power, even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, complete emaciation.
너 뭐냐? 이렇게 될 걸 알고
What?
붙인 거냐?
You egged her on knowing this would happen?
많은 결과를
I had many
예측했고,
outcomes in mind. Some were quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of our predictions.
근데 왜 이렇게 침착하게
Who
나불대는
the
거야?
fuck are you so calm about this?
저
You
새끼랑
gotta do
싸운 적도
something.
없잖아.
I don't even see how hard the last hits.
호들갑을 떨어 무슨
What would be the
말을
use of panicking now?
예상
If the outcome does not align with the predictions,
우선 자료
the first
분석부터
course of action
끝나고
should be to
놀라고
analyze the given data.
다만
However,
대대로 격리
it
조치를
doesn't seem like our
시행하는
containment
비비지
measures
않을
will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her seems to fall straight onto all of you.
호기심에 대한 대가를 치를 시간이네요.
Time for us to pay the price of curiosity.
Is Donna MILF?
That depends. Would you? Would you?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Nice. This is especially funny because this is not the sprite that they used for her Don Quixote episode. This is an entirely unique fight for this one specific fight.
Oh my god.
포위만 구축.
Original content.
Yep. This is not the Don Quixote that you fight during her episode, so this is like only used for this one fight, and it's really funny.
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Ow.
앞을 밝히지. 후회할 것이 잘 보이도록.
좋아.
이번에는 제대로 들어갔군.
사실 이런 보모구실은 제가 아니라 세피라들의 역할이긴 하죠. 관리자님도 알다시피 저는 언제나 수십 명의 몫을 해내고 있으니까요.
하고들 시간이다. 잔무회.
I mean, these things plan to just take the shoes off and on really quick wasn't a bad idea. That's exactly what I would try as well.
Just turn it on, turn it off, and turn it back on there real quick. You know?
Yeah, just reboot the Dawn.
Have you tried turning? You know, never mind.
Yeah, no. Keep that sentence going.
Have you tried turning her on and off again real fast?
Oh, I'm sure some people would.
What?
Me. I would.
Yeah. Same.
아비 교환.
敵が来ます。皆さん、戦闘の準備を。
I forgot that Amiya is like in Japanese, so I'm like, why do I hear Japanese in this Korean game?
Don't worry about it. It's just what is she again? Not a horse. Rabbit?
Yeah, she's a rabbit.
Rabbit? Just a bunny girl.
Yeah.
포위만 구축. 이 패턴은
Ow.
지키기 위해서 지키겠다는 있는데
No, you'd probably had to buy her multiple figures. I'd buy her figure.
Yeah. Would you listen to her ramble about her hyperfixation on fixtures though?
Liddy,
Yeah.
you don't know my deepest, darkest secret. It's that historically,
효율적인
I
대처로
tend to be attracted to people who have like.
기계는
Hyperfixation.
쉽게 하지 않아요.
I'm attracted to people. I end up attracted to a lot of people who have like ADHD, specifically because I always find it like really attractive when somebody just starts rambling about something. Like it just starts like ranting about something. I'm just like, I don't know anything about this, but I really like that you're really passionate about this random thing. It's cute. Just like yeah, and like 99% of the time, it just turns out that that person has ADHD or something. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that tracks. So yes, I would very gladly listen to her ramble about the fixers.
I might lose this. I don't remember losing this bad last time I did this.
Well, she power scaled up.
She did power scale up. Ah, he died mid-attack! God damn it.
Don't worry about it.
He died mid-tiger attack. I'm so annoyed. All right, who's still alive? Okay. You know what I realized? This is literally the Jujutsu Kaisen meme of "I'm up next if he's dead, if he dies."
Okay, I keep getting recommended these like YouTube shorts of like, I think they're like Jujutsu Kaisen like redubbed or like abridged or something, where it's just all of the like Jujutsu Kaisen scenes, like cool fight scenes and stuff, except like I think it's just a group of black people doing it because they just are constantly dropping N-bombs and everything. And they're just like, wait, this kind of goes hard though.
Jujutsu Kaisen is like, I don't know why Jujutsu Kaisen is like has so much brain rot associated with it.
I mean, to be fair, I've heard like Jujutsu Kaisen just doesn't really have a whole lot of substance to begin with, so
yeah. It's power scales and shonen. Yeah, but JoJo's right there. In fact, a new season of JoJo just started yesterday. I heard it speak. Oh, hey, I think I got it.
Oh shit. Wait, that's kind of a sick animation.
It sure is. You want to see another sick animation?
Sure.
Look at the aura. Look at that aura.
Or if I'm Don Quixote, I must. I have to be the mother to all of the family's thirsty.
No, my lady. You needn't be the mother to anyone here. Here. You are a sinner. Nothing more. Another cool animation.
I feel like every time they just need someone to. Whoa, hey, what's that? Oh no, wait, I remember this. Never mind. I remember this star thing. I feel like every time they need someone to bail. You know what? I just realized.
That's literally his job.
Vergilius is the Kaguya of the Mist Company.
A little bit. I would not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. I understand that no one could have expected this outcome, given the dearth of intelligence regarding the binding tool the first kindred had given to the third sinner. Oh, then. I hadn't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilius fight, but this is certainly the most exhausted I've seen him after a fight. I decided to say nothing and turn back the clock. After some time passed. Yeah, no, he's definitely allowed to bop sinners. Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness, or did something affect your memory?
Manager Esquire, my memories were fine. But there were... I heard something as soon as I removed my shoes.
Voices, right?
Once again, you have witnessed me. Yes, the voices. So many voices.
Voices?
The voices of my family.
But the blood fiends of La Mancha Land are all... And Claire trailed off. Every single blood fiend left inside La Mancha Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindreds were dead.
That is, indeed, that is correct. But I cannot explain how. But the only way I might explain this is that it was as though my very blood remembered them still. I recognize some of them, and some were voices of those I once deeply cared for. It seems that I was, against my own desire, made to ascend to my father's seat. Perhaps I always was, ever since then. And I was struck, not only by my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children. Sorry. Was the thirst of every single one of the children. Sorry, out of context, that statement is really funny when we're talking about MILF Don Quixote and chat.
I mean, that's exactly why people kept calling her MILF Don Quixote. MILF Quixote.
Thirst. Indeed. I'm so bound by that thirst. It is only natural. Because I am a blood fiend. Thus, the pressure of it all broke hold of my sanity, and I hurt you all. As Don Quixote the blood fiend, on our kindred, not as Don Quixote, a sinner and your friend.
Don Quixote, this isn't your fault, it's...
No, such words are now meaningless.
He looked down at her pair of shoes, their strings again neatly tied. The higher office will now be regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Owenheim approached us after spending a while vigorously scribbling something in his notes. The blood substitute will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition. We won't have any issues with supply. And I suppose you actually believe that mere willpower will be enough to withstand this urge?
I have done quite well suppressing it thus far.
Indeed. That was precisely the wick attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. Must I remind you that the soundness of this limiter of yours is quite tenuous, as today's events have demonstrated.
Is it your implication that the purpose of conducting this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the latent danger?
I don't know, it seemed like he was in it only to sate his curiosity.
God, merely the auspice of opportune convenience. The risk factor had to be measured sooner or later. Had I known the full extent of danger she posed, I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknowns was, we were able to fill it with much of the new information. A search analysis can only be drawn by comparing the reports regarding blood fiends in this very experiment. Let us discuss the thirst you experienced first. For example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true that the That's funny. Manchigian kindreds have been completely eradicated in advance of La Mancha Land. We still hear the voices of your children, right?
무슨 이야기지?
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to ask, are you considered a MILF now?
피에 담긴 강한 구속력.
I aim to discuss the powerful binding force contained within blood.
LCD에서 보낸
LCD's cooperative report explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more. It contains certain abstract values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording, and received a reply that their on-site investigation reasoning team leader spat out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. This desire of their kind, this thirst, is something that may as well be imbued and imprinted on a familial bloodline. Normally, the weight of the thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why to propagate, to bear the unbearable burden together. But considering that all that desire is now focused into an individual, on account of the extinction of her entire family line, it's easy to see why her hold to sanity was so easily broken. No matter the strength of her will, she alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, the duty of having to raise a family once again. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endlessly exacerbating thirst, and more thirst. It's quite fascinating to see how your kind preserves these very abstract values in the physical form of blood. The mere words thirst does quite an insufficient job of describing the intensity at which you have lost control. This was my oversight, I must admit. I do respect your efforts to be liberated from your nature, I truly do. But I also maintain that it is highly advisable for you to regularly consume the provided blood packs.
Understood. But one day, I wish to dismount from Rocinante and walk bare feet and feel the earth under my own skin.
I was able to establish one positive fact from this exercise, however.
What might that be?
That there are those who would quite literally throw their lives on the line to stop you from even if you were to take off your shoes. In other words, I don't believe it to be necessary for other departments to exercise any separate control over you. Well, now that we've had our first-hand account of your conditions, I'll write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet with the effort from the subject herself and the efforts of various environmental factors, this subject has been deemed sufficiently controllable. Once again, I do respect her efforts, or any kind of effort really. Because I've never had much use for it myself. Okay, they took a deep breath and then turned to face the sinners. By then, her eyes had regained their usual softer look. But sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice, and despite her theatrical manner of speech returning, her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land.
My deepest apologies, dearest friends. Forsooth, I shall ever persevere to see that Rocinante, my shoes, are never to be removed again.
Alas, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to persevere towards.
Verily.
I think she let out a brief, quiet laughter.
Manager Esquire. Perchance, is there aught that thou concealest from my knowledge?
Oh, what do you mean? I don't think so. It's no coincidence that at this very moment I noticed Faust looking in my direction. I don't know if I made the right choice here, but Faust nodded lightly, as though to say that I did. I stopped hesitating and the tick-tocking noise came to a stop.
Very well then.
However, I cannot help but admit that I felt some degree of anxiety as I watched Don Quixote walk away, as though nothing had happened. So, Don Quixote's dad, when he was killed, they handed the body over to Picor, and she does not know that. Or she pretends she doesn't know. I think she knows. I kind of feel like she knows.
잘 놀다 간다. 회수하지 않은 당신은
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're like, should we tell her? I don't know. Maybe she'll probably be very upset knowing that her father's body is being used as a experiment.
준비는 잘했.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you tell somebody
Yeah.
who has the power to kill you.
Anyways, I think that's a good place to stop. Next time we can return with the dungeon and the remaining 2 stages. I think the remaining 2 stages are just story. They're like a story and then a dungeon.
You're a dungeon.
Yay. So what do you think of the event so far?
It's pretty cool, honestly. I like it.
I like it. This is definitely my favorite intervallo. Because you just got to see like just the sinners being stupid a little bit.
Yeah, I like how dumb they are.
And also some interesting insight into their personalities, like seeing which sinners get paired up with which Pecatula and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You are tired. I will let you go.
I am tired. Okay. I'm hanging up on you now.
Okay. Anything you want to announce first?
I have a gun.
Wow. Okay. Do you really?
No.
Okay.
Would I look like a Texan?
I mean, around here, kind of, you know. Yeah, you just kind of assume everyone has one.
Anyway, No, I'm chilling. I got nothing. Bloodborne is tomorrow. That's it. It's fucking 2 a.m. I'm
Bloodborne.
gonna go get ready for bed. Goodbye.
As for me, I will be doing 2 streams tomorrow. We'll be doing Romeo's a Dead Man at 2 p.m. EST. And then at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. EST will be Resident Evil. So look forward to that. And yeah, and that is about it. Let's find someone to raid. Raid. Oh, hey, Hitsuji is streaming. I haven't seen them in a long while. Alright, I'll send you over to Hitsuji, and then I'll see you all for Romeo's a Dead Man tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.